with Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. You've just been out for practice. The track seems a bit bumpy. How are you coping with it?
It's okay, there's a bump at the top end and there's still lots of grass on there at the minute, but it's fine, it'll be good.
Yeah, have you raced this track before?
No, not on this field, I don't think anybody has actually, it's a new one for today.
Oh yeah, due to flooding of the other track?
That's what I was told, yeah.
Yep, so you're a new partnership this year. How do you feel that's going?
It's going very well actually, we've only won one meeting, but we're always in the top three, so we're doing very good.
Oh, well done. And Alan, how do you feel it's going?
Yeah, I think it's going well. Like you say, it's my first time on this year with Paul, and yeah, well, I hope he's happy with what I'm doing. So
you've done a few meetings abroad, haven't you? Have you got any more lined up for this season, or are you sticking with English tracks?
I think we're going to stick with the English tracks for the time being now.
Yeah. Okay, well, who do you think your biggest competitor is out there today then?
There's quite a few actually. Steve Smith, Colin Blackburn, Mark Cossa. There's lots out there.
Yeah. Okay then, well, good luck and do your best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm here with Lewis Denham. Lewis, you've just come back from injury. How's your shoulder doing?
Yeah, it's doing okay. It's pretty much my first meeting today and it feels okay. The track's really grippy, so it will test it.
Yeah, so would you say it's 100% or getting there, or?
I should think probably 100% to be next year. Just looking to finish as many meetings as I can at the moment. Whether I finish last or first, it doesn't bother me. So.
Okay, so you've been out for practice. How do you feel the track was?
Like I say, it's pretty grippy. It started off really slick because of all the rain, but now it's just getting grippier. Just trying to find a setup on the bike now. So.
Okay, so are you out this season with new bikes or carrying on from ones you had last season?
I've got a new engine from my sponsors DNR Racing, and they've helped supply a lot, and Revival Company have also put a lot of money into sponsorship for me. So yeah, it's all new, and I just hope it all goes well this year.
Okay, so what are you hoping for this season? What do you aim to reach?
Well, I don't know, top final positions in pretty much big meetings like the under 21 meeting and the Floodlit meeting, the Masters. Hopefully, do pretty well. It's just yeah, push on.
Okay, well, good luck with it and hope your shoulder holds out.
Okay, thank you. Cheers.
Okay, I'm here in the pits with Steve Smith. Steve, you've had two practices. How do you feel the track was?
Yeah, I think it's probably held up very well considering the amount of rain that we've had. Already the top corner's starting to dig out a bit, but I'm sure for racing it should be okay. It's going to dry out during the course of the day with the weather the way it is.
Okay, so you're now making changes to the bike then? Having been out?
Well, we already changed gearing when we first came because we saw the track was probably shorter than it was at our last meeting, which was the Berks Bonanza, so we already geared down a couple of teeth, so gearing at the moment, it's about right, yeah.
Okay, so you've been out there, you've seen how the other riders are going. Who do you feel your biggest rival is today?
Look at Bob there, all the sidecar riders are rivals, and I never pick anybody out as the biggest threat, but on the other hand, as far as I'm concerned, they're all a threat. So it should be a good day.
Okay, so you've won the British Masters like a number of times now, and you're going really well this season. What are your hopes for the rest of the season?
I would like to think that we could have good final positions in most of the major nationals, and I think if we could do that and end the season well, I'd be very pleased.
Okay, well, good luck with it and good luck today.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Is that all right, mate?
I'm here with Tim Nobes. Tim, you've just had a practice. How do you feel the track was?
Yeah, the track's going pretty good at the moment. It's a bit grippy in some places, but it seems alright. Hopefully we get a good result again.
Okay.
Take it from there.
So you've done some other meetings this year. How did they go for you?
Yeah, I never had a very good start to the first two meetings this season. I had engine problems, but since then I dropped it in the Berks. But otherwise, since I've won every meeting since, it's going pretty good at the moment. I'm feeling confident with myself and stuff, so yeah, it's going well at the moment. Okay,
so you're out this season with new sponsorship. How do you feel that's going for you? Is it going good for you?
Yeah, Shane's got us a new package, that's why I'm in black, not blue, even though the blue stuff's there when I want it. It's just depending on what kind of bike I want to use on a day is what colour I ride. But yeah, Shane and Roger from RTS, they've done us a good deal and stuff, and yeah, it does look pretty good at the moment.
So you've got new machinery as well. So is that giving you an upper on the last season you've had?
Yeah, I mean, I know I've got a good setup with the tuner now. He's even said to me, he said, you've got two brilliant engines now, he said, so you can progress even more, which I feel I am slowly doing eventually, but hopefully it should keep going.
Okay, and what are your hopes for the rest of the season?
I know I say it every year, but I do want to win the British under 21s. But it's just with the under 21s, you got to win straight away because it's points carried through. So if you miss a race, that's it, you're out pretty much. But hopefully, I've got this year and next year left to do it. So.
And who are your biggest rivals in the under 21s?
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Stevie, Rayford, Lewis, and Jamie Rodgers mainly. They're the main ones, but I grew up with them racing, so they've always been my rivals.
Okay, well, good luck with that and good luck today.
Cheers.
Thank you. Okay, I'm here in the pits with Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. You've had a practice, how did it go?
Yeah, I think it'd be all right. It's a proper grass track. It's just a grass field with the track marked out. A bit rough, a bit wet in some places, but it'll be fine.
Okay, so Sean, you've got an injury at the moment. How's it been today?
Yeah, it's not playing me up too much with my racing. You know, obviously, just the riding and the style of the bike, it doesn't seem to bother it. So, fingers crossed, as long as it don't get too rough, it won't give it too much grief, like so.
Oh, good. So you're the reigning Masters champion. How's this season been going for you?
It's not been good, really. For no real apparent reason. We've struggled a little bit. Nothing's changed. Bike's just the same. Had a couple of little gearbox problems, silly little breakdowns. So maybe after all these years of reliability, it's my turn to have a bit of bad luck. But we'll get it sorted before Masters comes around. Okay,
so have you made any changes to the bike today for this meeting?
Yeah, again, them gremlins have crept in and there's something a bit wrong with the gearbox. It gave us trouble at Burke's Bonanza and we got it sorted. This seems to be a different one. It seems to be jumping from the higher gears into the lower gears, so we've just altered the gearing and just running one gear. Small track, so it should be okay.
Okay, so obviously the hopes this season is to keep your Masters Championship and to carry on?
Yeah, I think so. You go through times when it's not as much fun as it should be, and I guess that's all part of the breaking down thing maybe, but we'll be sorted, and yeah, it would be nice to have another Masters title, and it's back down with this club, so again, hopefully it'll be like a proper grass track.
Okay then, so who do you feel's out there today that's going to be a threat to you?
Well, everybody's a danger, certainly on the smaller tracks. It's all about thinking about what you're doing and you know, riding a good line, not necessarily the fastest line. So I think Steve Smith probably, because Steve's the master, he can still do it. I still look upon him as somebody who's very difficult to beat, so it'll be interesting to see.
Okay, well good luck and I hope it all goes okay for you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Big thank you to Antique Engineering. Of course, they're no fools. I mean, these are the boys, these are the future of Grasstrack and the future of Antique Engineering, aren't they? So it's a good thing to get behind in Antiques. Camp, so to speak. The roads are rising there. We're going to get away with race one. Here at Buckland. Here they come. Good clean break and down the straight they come, and who gets the whole shot? Number 9 on the inside, 34 on the outside, that's Josh Burkett and Luke Fisher. Luke Fisher getting the better of it. Oh, and who's that come up through the middle and really chasing hard in that second place at the moment? Trying on the outside. Those three boys are locked into battle. How about this? These are just youth. Think what it'll be like when they grow up. So, number 7, Ollie Raisin, it is, and moves into the lead. Number 7, Ollie Raisin. With Luke Fisher in there as well. This is going to be a bit confusing because that chap who had a bit of bad luck off the start there, oh, it's Mr. Bovis. Oh, well, he might be able to stay in front. So, the leader is 7, Ollie Raisin, from number 6 now in second place. Dan Greenwood from 34. Luke Fisher and 88, Jordan Tyrer. Any relation to Paul Tyrer that I remember from Bellevue some years ago? No doubt somebody will let me know. Here they come then. Last lap flag. For number 7, Ollie Raisin from number 6. Dan Greenwood from 88, Jordan Tyrer from 34, Luke Fisher. Then 18, Darryl Ritchie. Oh no, that's 1-8. Darryl Ritchie's 18 we got there. That's Daniel Glover. Oh, the checkered flag goes out. Ollie Raisin takes the win, I'm sure. Number 4 is a map in arrears. Then it's number 6, Dan Greenwood. 88, Jordan Tyrer. 34, Luke Fisher. 18, Daniel Glover. Number 8, Stefan Maunder. Great race. Very spectacular. That's the way to start the afternoon. Right, race 1. Race 1. The voice of officialdom strikes already. Race 1. Youth Intermediate, sponsored by Antique Engineering, was a win. And a cracking win for number 7, Ollie Raisin. In second place was number 6, Dan Greenwood. Third place went to number 34. Luke Fisher. This is a late practice, ladies and gentlemen, for Mark Cossar. Third then, 34, Luke Fisher. Fourth was 88, Jordan Tyrer. Fifth was number 18, Dan Glover. Sixth was number 8, Stefan Maunder. Seventh, 118, Darryl Richings. Eighth, my programme says ninth. Eighth was number 9, Josh Burkitt. Ninth was number 4, Michael Bovis. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 30.17 seconds. 1 minute 30.17 seconds. Sorry, no speeds this afternoon. We'll give you that again. From the top, by number only, 7, 6, 34, 88, 18, 8, 118, 9, 4. 1 minute 30.17 seconds. Jordan Tyrer being put back 1 place for track marker infringement. Jordan Tyrer being put back 1 place for track marker infringement. On to race number 2, 250cc, sponsored by Vic and Maureen Berry. Thank you, Vic and Maureen Berry. Your help makes these meetings run so much smoother. Somebody's kickstart lever is now laying just my side of the ropes, my side of the red fencing, right here outside the commentary box. So one of those intermediates or youths, if they lost a kickstart lever in that race, we have it here. Right, 250cc, sponsored by Vic and Maureen Berry. Cracking line up here with Lee Street, Sam Morby, Lee Pittman, Colin Howe, Jamie Fenn-Smith, Gary Wells, Ben Elsley, Scott Campus, Kevin Taylor. Truly a national line-up there with many centres and counties covered. Lee Street from Kent, Sam William up there, Kinchin. Lee Pittman from down southwest. Colin Howe from this neck of the woods. Good line-up. 250cc solos. Press rise. Tapes are flown, and here they come down the first straight. Colin Howe makes it move. Colin Howe, local lad. Street ahead. Oh, look at Lee Street's gone right round the outside on that turn and picks up the lead. Lee Street goes for it. Colin Howe in second place. Lee Street. Quality Street. Wheeling out of that turn and into the next one. It's Lee Street from Colin Howe. Gary Wells down there in 4th spot, making his way up to 3rd as I speak. Round they come then, Lee Street. Colin Howe. Then Gary Wells. Then Sam Morby. Kevin Taylor. Jamie Fenn-Smith. One of those new-fangled laid-down 250 Jawa machines. Last lap flag. Lee Street on the Yamaha. From Colin Howe. Gary Wells. Sam Morby. Kevin Taylor and Jamie Fenn-Smith. Round the last turn for the last time. The unstoppable so far this season. Lee Quality Street takes another win. From Colin Howe, Gary Wells, Sam Morby. Followed by Kevin Taylor and Jamie Fenn-Smith. Race 2, the 250cc solo, sponsored by Vic and Maureen Berry. Thank you to them. A win for number 75, Lee Street. Second place, number 34, Colin Howe. Third place, number 70, Gary Wells. Fourth place, number 28, Sam Morby. Fifth place, number 126, Kevin Taylor. And in sixth place, number 132, Jamie Fenn-Smith. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 25.79 seconds. And no speeds this afternoon. 1 minute 25.79. From the top, 75, 34, 70, 28, 126, 132, 1 minute 25.79 seconds. And here come the other half of 250cc solos. Look out for Graham Brown in this one. Rob Bradley in this one. Paul Simmons in this one. Who gets the whole shot? Almost Paul Simmons, wasn't it? Almost. But not quite. They go down the back straight. David Knowles out in front then. Paul Simmons in second place. David Knowles going for it. Be interested to see him meet Lee Street later in the afternoon. 31. Paul Simmons in second place then. Then it's like Chris Still. Then James Peters. Campaigning a 250cc 4-stroke Godden. Not that DVG Engineering ever made one officially in the first place, but they've done a lot of work in converting this one. The 4-stroke strikes back. David Knowles leads. Paul Simmons in second place. Chris Still. Ryan Brown. James Peters. Sam Brown. Bringing up the rear there, number 7. Simon Worry. The last lap flag for David Knowles. He stamps his authority on this race. Let's compare his time to that of Lee Street's and get an idea of what's going to happen this afternoon. There we go then. David Knowles leading down the back straight. Paul Simmons, a creditable second to him. Don't wear yourself out in the heats. Save it for the final. Graham Brown in third. Sam Brown in fourth. No, Sam Brown's in fifth. 64. A win for David Knowles from Paul Simmons. From Graham Brown. Chris Still. Sam Brown, James Peters. Was that Andy Friend? No, it wasn't. It was Chris Bird. Number 9, Chris Bird. And number 7, Simon Worry, bringing up the rear. .250cc solos, race 3, sponsored by FG Watts Insurance Partnership. FG Watts Insurance Partnership, so local people know where to go to get their insurance, don't they? FG Watts. Race 3, a win for number 64, David Knowles. Second place, 31, Paul Simmons. Third place, 122, Graham Brown. Fourth place, number 82, Chris Still. Fifth place, 121, Sam Brown. In the sixth place was number 45, James Peters. Seventh place, number 9, Chris Bird. Eighth place, number 7, Simon Worry. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 26.52 seconds from the top. 64, 31, 122, 82, 121, 45, 9, 7, 1 minute 26.52 seconds. Travel Plus Tours, they sponsored this race. And number 29 leads into the first turn, Martin Rappel. Nice to see him back. He had a bit of an injury earlier in the year. He's dropped a second on that first turn as Bob Dolman picks up the front line, but Martin Rappel's right in there with a chance in second place. Vince Kinchin now goes after him. Vince Kinchin moves up into second place. Ahead now of Martin Rappel. It's 16, Bob Dolman. 18, Vince Kinchin. On 29, Martin Rappel. 61, Andy Goff. All hot stuff here in the 350s and lots of them. You're going to have to move around the corner, young man. I can't see that corner. Everybody else in the field wants to know what's going on too. 16 then, Bob Dolman leads it. Vince Kinchin in second place. Martin Rappel. Lee Gaydon. Just saw Terry Massingham streak past. And Chris Watts. All happening here at the Jon Underwood this afternoon. A lot of them in this race, isn't there? 16, Bob Dolman. Being closed in on by Vince Kinchin as the last lap goes, and Vince Kinchin moves up on the inside. Vince Kinchin takes the lead. Vince Kinchin flies past Bob Dolman. Bob Dolman now fights back and goes up the inside of Vince Kinchin as they enter the last turn. Bob Dolman's got a few yards now clear. Vince Kinchin's got it all to do as they come around the last turn. All else will be there is all tight stuff, but Bob Dolman gets it. Vince Kinchin in second place. Followed by Lee Gaydon, Martin Rappel, Andy Goff, Terry Massingham, Chris Watts, Richard Ashworth, Stuart Mears, 239, one of those Gregory chaps, and 99, Martin French bringing up the rear. Race 4 sponsored by Travel Plus Tours. Race 4 sponsored by Travel Plus Tours. That young man with that mobile phone, just get a little bit further away from the microphone or everybody's going to hear your conversation, young man. 350cc solos, sponsored by Travel Plus Tours. A win for number 16, Bob Dolman. Second place to number 18, Vince Kinchin. Third place to number 116, Lee Gaydon. Fourth to number 29, Martin Rathall. Fifth place number 261, Andy Gom. Sixth place number 213, Terry Massingham. Seventh place was number 12, Chris Watts. Eighth place 58, Richard Ashworth. Ninth place 14, Stuart Mears. 10th place 239, Mr. Gregory. That's Ricky Gregory. And bringing up the rear was number 99, Martin French. The winner's time was 1 minute 22.20 seconds. 1 minute 22.20 seconds. Race 4 again then, sponsored by Travel Plus Tours. 16, 18, 116, 29, 261, 213, 12, 58, 14, 239 and 99. 1 minute 22.20 seconds. .350cc solos, the other half of this class is sponsored by Peter Johns Racing. Peter Johns Racing getting ahead of the game with the 350cc solos. No 144 Michael Faulkner, remember. We're away. Down the first straight they come. Matt Etherington makes the whole shot. Matt Etherington gets down there first. He's gone very well on that 350cc machine all year, and he's really aiming for it this afternoon as he pulls away down that back straight. Who's that Simon Wheat lookalike in those green Kevlar suit that's just moved up in a second place? Round they come then. Number 5, Matt Etherington. From 19, David Mears. From Michael Peters. All happening here in the 350s this afternoon. Unfortunately, number 3, Natasha Bartlett, broke a rocker in her engine in practice. She's unable to take part, that's why she's not out there now. Round they come then, Matt Etherington really got the bit between his teeth. From 19, Dave Mears. 37, Michael Peters, then Reece Wilding, then Ben Morby. Then Andrew Whittaker. Then Brian Cornelius moving up a place there in the midfield. Oh, he's lost it again coming out of that corner. Great to see him a little bit further away from home. Not one of the great long-distance travellers. Does a lot of trials instead. But Matt Etherington has got it in the bag, I think, here. Dave Mears in second place. Dave Mears moves in very fast on this last turn. He's gained a lot of yards on Matt Etherington. Matt Etherington has the power to the ground, and here they come. The checkered flag goes. Matt Etherington from Dave Mears. Reece Wilding. Ben Morby. Michael Peters. Andy Whittaker. Mark Harris. Brian Cornelius. Mr. Walker and Mr. Harden bringing up the rear. Race 5, sponsored by Peter Johns Racing. Another cracking race there, a good start to finish win though for number 5. Matt Etherington, second place to number 19. Dave Mears, third place was number 8. Reece Wilding, fourth place was number 90. Ben Morby. Fifth place was number 37, Michael Peters. Sixth place, number 17, Andrew Whittaker. Seventh place was number 260, whose name has just escaped me, Mark Harris. And eighth place was number 48, Brian Cornelius. Ninth place, 84, Gordon Walker. And 10th place was number 2, Adrian Hahn. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 23.55 seconds. From the top, 5, 19, 8, 90, 37, 17, 260, 48, 84 and 2. 1 minute 23.55 seconds. On with the classic 2 valves then. Race sponsor is Joe Hughes International. Joe Hughes International. There's a man who's been around a few years. Still offering it all to Grasstrack and Speedway across the nation. That's Joe Hughes International. Classic 2 valves then. We've got Dave Norris, Ian Warner, Neil Copestake, John Shelmerdine, Rob Snow, Peter Baker, Jon Underwood, Calvin Palmer, Alan Gardner. I think I did say that Bernie Waterfield and David Needham were both on starters earlier on. Oh no, David Needham. No, David Needham should be in this one, he's doing in the 5 minute solos as well. So here we come then. Press rise, takes fly, and here they come. Who's going to get the whole shot? 364. David Needham came from the outside. Gone backwards though, a little bit too wide on that corner. He's down in the 4th place at the moment, struggling to try and get back on terms with 3rd. Doesn't quite get there. When I looked at this, I thought this is a very open race. Don't know who's going to win this. Number 42 then. He goes out in front. That is John Shelmerdine from Dave Norris in 2nd place. I think both those boys come from the Cheshire direction. They've had quite a bit of travelling to get here today, and just shows the standard of racing here at this Jon Underwood meeting in aid of Headway. Round they come then, Dave Norris coming up on the inside, John Shelmerdine hanging on to the outside. Neil Copestake comes up in the 3rd place. It's all happening here. Who's that in 4th? Looking a bit of a nuisance. I think it could be Jon Underwood himself. Jon Underwood Senior, that is. Battling away down that back straight. No love lost between them two as they enter the turn. The last lap flag is coming out. Dave Norris has picked up the lead. Dave Norris goes for it. John Shelmerdine in 2nd. Jon Underwood in 3rd. Neil Copestake in 4th. Then the early leader, Mr. Needham. From 226, Calvin Palmer. Well, and even a ding-dong battle right down to those last, well, not last two, because there's another one behind them. Round they come then. The checkered flag, though, is all for Dave Norris. Well, Jon Underwood just sneaking 2nd place there. Ahead of John Shelmerdine, Neil Copestake, David Needham. Oh. I can need a drink soon, I have to keep this up. Oh, look at that old lovely Jap going red, number 68. That's Mr. Warner, I believe, Ian Warner. Got a lovely old Jap out there this afternoon. Don't see many of those these days. Race sponsor then, Joe Hughes, the classic 2-valve solo. Classic 2-valve solo was a win for number 17, Dave Knocker Norris. In 2nd place, it was number 77, Jon Underwood Senior. In 3rd place was number 42, John Shelmerdine. 4th place, number 11, Neil Copestake. 5th place, number 364, David Needham. 6th place, number 226, Calvin Palmer. 7th place was number 142, Alan Gardner. Was it really? 142, Alan Gardner in 7th place. 8th place was number 174. Whose name is escaping me? 9th place was number 189, Rob Snow. And in 10th place, number 68, Ian Warner. The winner's time was 1 minute 29.45 seconds. From the top, 17, 77, 42, 11, 364, 226, 142, 174, 189, 68, 1 minute 29.45 seconds. Thank you to Joe Hughes International. Over the page, race 7. Again, Joe Hughes International. This is the 500cc solo, the big class of the solos this afternoon. Paul Cooper and Lewis Denham go into the turn together. Lewis Denham gets the better of it. Goes very wide out there. And who's that come up the inside of Paul Cooper? Paul Cooper comes back up into 2nd place. Tom Cooper, I think that is in 3rd. It's Lewis Denham that leads. Lewis Denham powering out of the turn. He's away. In 2nd place it is number 1, Paul Cooper. The 153 on the red flag. Oh, somebody down on the far side there. Somebody down on the far side there. That race being stopped. We'll have to have a rerun on that one. There's not enough laps there for no rerun. It's time for me to go and get a drink, isn't it? I'll be back with you very, very shortly. Coming to the line, who's in that then? Tim Kernock, Gareth Thomas, Harlan Cook, Rob Snow, Martin Williams, Ben Fenn-Smith, Aaron Vale, no Richard Smith I'm afraid, his place being taken by somebody else. Can't remember who it was in the 500s. All will be revealed. Vince Kinchin, John Jeffries, Neil Warner, no Rob Meir I'm afraid. He hadn't signed on after practice. Deemed therefore a non-starter, but all livening up here, 500cc solo. Here they come down the first straight. Who's going to get the whole shot? Martin Sturgeon gets there first. John Jeffries is right alongside with him. Martin Sturgeon pulls clear on that first corner. Down the back straight he goes. Looks like Vince Kinchin made himself up into 2nd place, and John Jeffries down in 3rd. Martin Sturgeon, high, wide and handsome round that turn. He's really going for it this afternoon. Vince Kinchin in 2nd place. John Jeffries, Gareth Thomas. happening here. Martin Sturgeon then, riding 18 this afternoon. Normally rides 15, he's only doing it to confuse me. Vincent Kinchin in second place, number 8. Past that flag. Martin Sturgeon from Vince Kinchin. John Jeffries. Gareth Thomas. Martin Williams. Ben Smith. Gregory. Rob Snow. Arlen Cook. Oh, Vince Kinchin just on and off. Well, I was just watching the tail enders come through, trying to give everybody a mention. Vince Kinchin stole the limelight and the win from Martin Sturgeon in race 8. There goes Martin Williams. Ben Smith. Gregory. Arlen Cook. Rob Snow. Official result for you in a moment. Race 8. Race 8, don't do what I normally do when I'm out there and write it in race 7, will you? It's not the one at the top of the page, it's race 8, second one down, a win for number 8. Must have been an omen there somewhere. Race 8 won by number 8, Vince Kinchin. Second place was number 18, that was Martin Sturgeon. Third place was number 14, Jon Jeffries. Fourth place number 186, Gareth Thomas. Fifth place number 125, Martin Williams. Sixth place number 37, Ben Smith. Seventh was number 208, Mr. Gregory. That's Chris Gregory. And in eighth place was number 7, Harland Cook. And in ninth place was number 189, Rob Snow. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 18.01 seconds. 1 minute 18.01 seconds. Not sure if we're going to get race 9 or 7. I don't see Lewis Denham, therefore I'm assuming that this one is race 9 and we'll go back to race 7 after this. Well, the White Hart Public House got their bar down there, waiting to serve you. Can't see many of you with a beer in your hand. Don't you like beer? Funny people up this way, I love it down our way. You want to try some? Not too much if you're driving home though. Here we come then. Race 9, 71. Jamie Rodgers gets the whole shot, pulls away on the first turn. He's gone like a long dog down the back straight, leaving everybody else in his wake. Jamie Rodgers, one of the faster northern superstars. Thompson Ashcroft in second place. Number 2, Tim Nobes, a southern starlet, holding on to third at the moment. Big battle going on with the fourth place man for that. Oh, Tim Nobes gets away and he catches up with the second place man. Throws it in the turn after him. Here they come then, 71. Jamie Rodgers, Thompson Ashcroft, Tim Nobes, Charlie Saunders, Gareth Hickmott. Neil Cope Stake pulling out with problems. Jamie Rodgers flies by. Look at this battle for second place, and Tim Nobes has grabbed it from Phil Ashcroft. Charlie Saunders sitting there in fourth at the moment. Gareth Hickmott in 6th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. Gareth Hickmott in 5th. Jamie Rodgers takes the win. Tim Nobes, Phil Ashcroft, Charlie Saunders, and number 87 creeping in there. David Wallinger from Gareth Hickmott. See the next one, then it was Scott Campus. And it's all happening here at Buckland. Right then, 500cc solos, race 9. Don't put it on the top of the page, it's race 9, third one down. Here we go, a win for 71, Jamie Rodgers. Second place, number 2, Tim Nobes. Third place, 83, Phil Ashcroft. Fourth place was 25, Charlie Saunders. Fifth place was number 87. And that's David Wallinger. In sixth place was number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Seventh place was 178, Scott Campus. 8th place was number 69, Richard Worry. 9th place was number 44, Keith Snelling. 10th place was number 29. And 11th place was number 11, which of course was Neil Copestake. I can't see who 29 was. Not Martin Rathor, was it? The winner's time was 1 minute 17.25 seconds from the top. 71, 2, 83, 25, 87, 17, 178, 69. Ah. 9th was 44. 10th was 297, Phil Harris. 10th was 297, Phil Harris, not 29. And 11 was Neil. 11th was number 11, Neil Copestake. The winner's time 1 minute 17.25 seconds. I can see Lewis Denham. I'm sure I can see Tom Cooper. The riders make their way to the line. We see Paul Cooper now, just come out of the pit box. Action stations for the rerun of race 7. Lots of grass track to look forward to. Next Sunday, the Maidstone Aces Motorcycle Club run at the Biddenden Raceway down near Ashcroft. All the classes. Well, all the classes, apart from the 500 sidecar, can't get the top one. They're running 10 something in these classes. So something for everybody. Here we go, race 7, sponsored by Joe Hughes. Paul Cooper gets the whole shot. Paul Cooper gets in here first this time. Lewis Denham in 2nd place. Steve Lee in 3rd. And Tom Cooper in 5th. Here they come then. Paul Cooper leading it this time, making no mistake. Lewis Denham chasing hard in 2nd place. Then it's Steve Lee, Tom Cooper and Mark Taylor. Oh, red flag and a throttle stuck wide open somewhere. Where's that? Oh, it's down here next to me. That cutout works well, doesn't it? Oh, that bit him. Do you see that there behind? You can see him shaking his hand, that bit, that thing. He's a brave boy, pulling the plug cap off of that thing, I can tell you. Who was it? 36, was it? Rory Cavill. Something wants to be done with that cutout, I must say that. Riders on the line then for the 3rd running of race 7. No Phil Spencer, remember? No Rory Cavill this time either, and here they come, and who's going to get it? Paul Cooper gets the whole shot from the outside. He goes steaming into that first turn. Lewis Denham is in there in 2nd place and chasing hard. Tom Cooper in 3rd. Steve Lee in 4th. Paul Cooper. Action stations. Not had the best of season so far on the grass this year, but he's absolutely flying this afternoon. Paul Cooper, Lewis Denham, Paul Cooper, Steve Lee, Mark Taylor. Really fast round that turn, really going for it this afternoon. Paul Cooper with 2 more laps to go. Lewis Denham settling for 2nd. 153, Tom Cooper. Then 170, Mark Taylor. Steve Lee. 1 more lap to go then for Paul Cooper. Lewis Denham. Tom Cooper, Mark Taylor, Steve Lee. Jon Underwood. Round the last turn, 1 last twist of the throttle. That's the win for number 1, Paul Cooper. 2nd is 81, Lewis Denham. 3rd is Tom Cooper. 4th is Mark Taylor. 5th is Steve Lee. 6th, Jon Underwood. 7th, Rob Watts. 8th, Jack Meredith. 9th, number 32, Philip de Archambault. Race 7 then, we got it over and done with at last. Sponsored by Joe Hughes International. A win for number 1, Paul Cooper. 2nd place, number 81, Lewis Denham. 3rd place, number 153, Tom Cooper. 4th place, number 170, Mark Taylor. 5th place, number 93, Steve Lee. 6th place, number 46, John Yoldham. 7th place, number 13, Rob Watts. 8th place, number 461, Jack Meredith. And 9th place, number 32, Philip de Archambault. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 18.21 seconds. 1 minute 18.21 from the top. 1, 81, 153, 170, 93, 46, 13, 461, 32. Winner's time 1 minute 18.21 seconds. Race 10, 1000cc sidecar, sponsored by Mark and Louise Sanford. We look for Colin Blackburn, Steve Smith, John Stafford, Mark Cossar. 4 runners only. Caravanners and campers, there's no problem with humpback bridges where we are down at Bindon. You can come any time you like from Thursday on. Come from Thursday onwards. Make a weekend of it. Down the straight. Leading into the first corner, it looked like Colin Blackburn made the most of it. Is indeed 25, Colin Blackburn as he come round that corner. Steve Smith taking a real tight line on the inside there. Paul Johnson, additional runner in this one. Looks like he's taking the place of John Stafford. Oh, there's John at the back, sorry. No Mark Cossar, is there? Mark Cossar, the one that's missing. 25, Colin Blackburn, Paul Whiteham Jr. Steve Smith, Carl Pugh. Steve Smith and Carl Pugh making a move on the outside of Colin Blackburn, shows him the front wheel. Colin Blackburn puts the power on the inside, goes wide himself and holds off that challenge. 1 more lap to go. Colin Blackburn, Paul Whiteham Jr., Steve Smith. And Carl Pugh. Holding on to second place, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. Holding on to third, John Stafford, Fraser Sutherland in 4th. Round they come then, checkered flag is out, it's tight stuff, sort that one out girls. Very, 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 very tight finish on the line there. I await the official confirmation. Race 10 then. Race 10, sponsored by Mark and Louise Sanford. On a very tight finish, with hardly the nobble of a tyre to choose between them. The winner of race 10 was number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. 2nd place was 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whiteham Jr. 3rd was number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. And in 4th place was number 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.17 seconds. 1 minute 17.17 seconds. From the top 2, 25, 7, 81. 1 minute 17.17. That's the time to beat in the 1000cc sidecars at the moment. Faster time in the 250s just went to Lee Street. Faster time in the 350s was definitely Bob Dolman. Faster time in the 500cc solos. Well, they were all close, weren't they? But that went to 71, Jamie Rodgers. Let's see what happens in race 11. The 1000cc sidecar sponsored by Antique Engineering. Sponsored by Antique Engineering. Take out number 9, Miles Simmons, and in number 60, Richard Thomas. And we get a whole shot into the first turn. Is it the blue bike or the yellow bike? Oh, they're very, very, very tight together as they come round that corner. It's 87. Rob Bradley that leads now from 60. Richard Thomas from 4. Terry Madley. From 16. Colin Pardo. No Lester Page in this one then. Rob Bradley. Leading this one. Richard Thomas in close attendance. Number 87, Rob Bradley with Sean Simpson. Richard Thomas with Mr. Stoneman. Phil Stoneman, I think that was, on the side of him. Rob Bradley extending his lead as he comes into the last turn. Of course, he is the British Masters champion, you know, and he's showing why here, isn't he? 87, Rob Bradley, Sean Simpson, from Richard Thomas, Phil Stoneman, Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley, Colin Pardo and Kay Seville. The pace hotting up somewhat. Race 11, the 1000cc sidecar, sponsored by Antique Engineering. A win for number 87, Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. Second was number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. Third place went to number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, and fourth place to number 16, Colin Pardo and Mr. Seville. There was no other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 14.96 seconds. 1 minute 14.96. From the top then, 87, 60, 4 and 16. 1 minute 14.96. 1000 sidecars again then, race 12, this time sponsored by Mick Garrard. Officially it's Gareth Winterburn in the chair, so that's Rod Winterburn driving, and his dad and Gareth I believe is his son. Father and son Winterburn team here, number 48, looking to do the business. Paul, I'll do it the hard way, Whitelam, he's in there with them as well. Andy Gribble. What a useful driver. Lee Jones, he's the centre champion, and John Hitchcock. All go in this one. John Hitchcock gets the whole shot, but look at Whitelam coming up on the inside. It looks like he's missed a gear and he's gone backwards, and it's all sorted itself out, isn't it? Red flags are up. Oh dear. Broken tapes. Who's going to get the blame for that then? Jon Hiscock, Gareth Bemisser. Rod and Gareth Winterburn. I get so used to saying Rod and Tristan. No, it's Rod and Gareth. Great grass tracking family from the north of England. They do like turning right. Paul Whitelam, Jon Hiscock, Rod Winterburn, Lee Jones, Andy Gribble. Well, Paul Whitelam seems to be running away with it, but Jon Hiscock trouble defending his position against Rod Winterburn. Rod Winterburn makes a move on the inside this time. Jon Hiscock trying to stay with him. It's Paul Whitelam in the lead. That's the last lap flag. It's Paul Whitelam from the Winterburn's, from Jon Hiscock, Lee Jones and Andy Gribble. Round the last turn then for the last time in this one. Oh, there's a big bump appearing there, I think, somewhere. 92, a big hole I should say. Paul Whitelam and Elliot win, then it's Winterburn's in second place, followed by Jon Hiscock and Gareth Bemisser, Lee Jones and Stuart Henderson, and Andy Gribble bringing up the rear. 1000cc sidecars, race 12, sponsored by Mick Garrard, number 84 from all those years ago, Ivinghoe Golf Club. We had a win in race 12 for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. In second place it was number 48, Rod and Gareth Winterburn. In third place it was number 184, John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. Fourth place was number 3, Lee Jones and Stuart Henderson. And in fifth place, Steve Henderson, that is, sorry, 3. And 31 was Andy Gribble and A Another. The winner's time, 1 minute 16.38 seconds. From the top, 92, 48, 184, 3 and 31, 1 minute 16.38 seconds. Here they come, race 14. 75 Lee Street gets the whole shot and David Knowles is right in there with him in second place, and David Knowles goes through on the inside, or does he? No, at the exit of the turn it is Lee Street that goes for it. David Knowles in second place. David Knowles on the inside of Lee Street. I always used to say if you're on the inside of Lee Street you must be on the inside of the circuit, but I wouldn't accuse David Knowles of that. Right, some fantastic tight lines here. Lee Street gets the lead back though. Lee Street, Quality Street, leading down the back straight. David Knowles at the gain, having to do the chasing. No love lost between these two. David Knowles told me a couple of seasons ago, he said that Lee Street's got something on one. David Knowles goes to the lead. David Knowles takes the lead on this one. Lee Street comes back at him and Lee Street picks it up again as they go down the back straight. David Knowles challenging. David Knowles gets his front wheel in front. Lee Street is really having to work for this one. David Knowles leading on the last lap flag from Lee Street in second place. Mustn't forget that there are others in this race. There's Colin Howe, Graham Brown, battle away there for third and fourth, but Lee Street takes it again. Lee Street leads into the last turn. Will it change hands here? David Knowles has gone for the outside. Lee Street is powering towards victory. It's Lee Street that takes it. David Knowles in second place. Then Graham Brown, Colin Howe, Scott Campus, Sam Brown, Ben Ilsley. Race 14. Here we go again. The winner 75. Lee Street, second place, 64. David Knowles, third place, 122. Graham Brown. Fourth place, 34, Colin Howe. Fifth place, number 178, Scott Camper. Sixth place, I can't read it now, crossed it out, 54, Ben Ilsley. Seventh place, 121, Sam Brown. Eighth place, number 9, Chris Bird. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 25.52 seconds. 1 minute 25.52. From the top, 75, 64, 122, 34, 178, 54, 121, 9. 1 minute 25.52 seconds. And the number 121 being relegated to place, I believe, for course nothing. Here we go then, 82, Chris Still makes the break. Chris Still gets to the first turn first, pulling away from the rest of the field, but look at him chasing out of that corner and down the back straight they go, and he's been nabbed. Somebody's nabbed him, he's nabbed it back. Chris Still is fighting there in that second place. Paul Simmons, I think that is, that's leading it. It is Paul Simmons from Chris Still, from Gary Wells, from Sam Morby. James Peters, Kevin Taylor. Another ding-dong battle going on at the back there. I don't know which end to watch of this race. 31, Paul Simmons. Gary Wells moves up in the second. Chris Still drops to third. It's 28 then, Mr. Morby. Then James Peters, Kevin Taylor. And a right battle here between 32, Mr. Ben Smith, and number 7, Simon Worry. So they battle away at the back. More interesting to watch a slow battle than it is somebody who's tearing away from it all, but they're not tearing away here. Paul Simmons is leading it. Gary Wells is in hot pursuit with Chris Still in third. Then Sam Morby, then 45 James Peters, then Kevin Taylor. Jamie Fenn-Smith. Simon Worry. Checkered flag ready. Here they come. Oh, it's close in sight. Oh, yes, 31 Paul Simmons just takes it. Gary Wells in second place. Chris Still taking the third. Then Sam Morby. Kevin Taylor, James Peters. 32. Jamie Fenn-Smith and number 7, Simon Worry. Race 15, the 250cc solo, sponsored by Morrams of Slough Motorcycle Shop. Morrams of Slough, is it Sid Morram of Slough? A win for number 31, Paul Simmons. Second place, number 70, Gary Wells. Third place, number 28, Sam Morby. Fourth place, number 82, Chris Still. Fifth place, number 126, Kevin Taylor. Sixth place, number 45, James Peters. Seventh place, number 32, Jamie Fenn-Smith. Eighth place, number 7, Simon Worry. No other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 29.91 seconds. 1 minute 29.91 seconds. Chris Still being put back one place for chopping the pegs. Chris Still went back one place for chopping the pegs. The result 31, 70, 28, 82, 126, 45, 32, 7, 1 minute 29.91 seconds. 350cc solo, sponsored by Morrams of Slough. Adrian Hard, an additional runner. They're away. Brian Cornelius fast off the inside, but even faster from the outside comes David Mears. David Mears gets the whole shot. He comes out of that turn in first place. Super quick. Nice new green Kevlar suit. 19. David. 17, Andrew Whittaker. Martin Rathall, they moved up to third and dropped down to fourth, and then looks like he might move up to third again. He does. He's got that third place by a whisker. Nasty accident a few weeks ago, but it looks like he's back and doing the business. Number 19, Dave Mears, leads. On 17, Andy Whittaker. On 29, Martin Rathall. We have a number 7, but I can't see a number 7. Oh, but this is a fast race, isn't it? Last lap flag's out already for Dave Mears. Andy Whittaker. Reece Wilding moves up into third place. Martin Rathall drops to fourth. Checkered flag comes out. Dave Mears does the business. Reece Wilding just gets the second from Andy Whittaker. From somebody with a number 7 on his bike, but I don't know who it is. And the official result will follow in a moment. Race 16, 350cc solo, sponsored by Morrams of Slough, was a win for number 19. 19. Dave Mears. Second place went to number 8, Reece Wilding. Third place went to number 17, Andrew Whittaker. Fourth place went to number 7, Andy Mellish. Fifth place went to 29, Martin Rathall. Sixth place went to 261, Andy Gom. Seventh place went to 48, Brian Cornelius. Eighth place went to number 12, Chris Watts. Ninth place went to number 260, which might have been supposed to have been 261. I might get some confirmation on that. 260, 10th to 239, and 11th number 99. The winner's time is 1 minute 24.9 seconds. A bit quick for me, aren't they? We'll just turn the page over and get stuck in. The whole shot went to Bob Dolman as he hammers down that back straight. It's Bob Dolman that is leading. A 350cc race, sponsored by Baines Race Preparation. Baines Race Preparation, 16, Bob Dolman leads. Then Morby in second place, Lee Gaten in third. Then Michael Peters and Matt Edrington well down the field. What happened to him? He must have missed that start, something terrible. Pity I wasn't watching at the time, I might have seen what happened. But anyway, he's up in a fourth place. And with his previous win, if he can get another good result, I'm sure he'll still make the final. Vince Kinchin, unfortunately, is out with problems. 16, Bob Dolman. 90, Ben Walby. 116, Lee Gaten. 5, Matt Edrington. 37, Michael Peters. 213, Terry Massingham. Then Richard Ashcroft. Then Gordon Walker. Stuart Mears. Not in this race, isn't it? 16. Bob Dolman takes the last lap flag. Ahead of Ben Morby in second, Lee Gates in third, Matt Etherington in fourth. 37, Mike Peters, 213, Terry Massingham, Richard Ashworth, Gordon Walker, Stuart Mears. Checker flag for Bob Dolman. Lee Gates, Ben Morby, Matt Etherington. Michael Peters, oh that was close. Now shot on that one, there goes Gordon Walker and Stuart Mears. Race sponsor, Baines Race Preparation. Baines Race Preparation, welcome to Grasstrack, new name on me, that one, race 17. A win for number 16, Bob Dolman. Second place, number 116, Lee Gaden. Third place to number 90, Ben Morby. Fourth place to number 5, Matt Etherington. Fifth place to number 37, Mike Peters. Sixth place to number 58, Richard Ashworth. Seventh place to number 213, Terry Massingham. Eighth place number 84, Gordon Walker. And ninth place number 14, Stuart Mears. The winner's time was 1 minute 21.52 seconds. 1 minute 21.52 seconds from the top. 16, 116, 90, 5, 37, 58, 213, 84, 14. 1 minute 21.52 seconds. What I have here is the points scored after 2 heats of the youth. After 2 heats of the youth, number 7, Ollie Rayson, is sitting on the top with 22 points. In second place is 88, Jordan Tyra, on 20 points. In third place is number 6, Dan Greenwood, on 19 points. In fourth place is 34, Luke Fisher, on 15 points. Fifth place goes to number 8, Stephen Mulder, at the moment on 14 points. Sixth at the moment is 18, Dan Glover, on 14 points. Seventh is 118, Darryl Richings, on 9 points, and eighth is number 4, Michael Bobis, on 8 points. That's your youths after 2 heats. Here we go, classic 2-barrel. Dave Norris did well in the first one, he's got the whole shot this one, but Jon Underwood Senior is going around the outside. He's been in business here this afternoon, and he's holding on to second place behind Dave Norris. Dave Norris then, leading this one. Jon Underwood in second place, John Shelmerdine in third, Bill Copstake in fourth. Minute 142, Alan Gardiner. Remember that name from a long time ago. Alan Gardiner. Ian Warner on the old Jap at the back there, but it's just lovely to see it, lovely to hear it, let alone see it. Jon Underwood takes the lead from Dave Knocker Norris. Dave Knocker Norris goes wide, Jon Underwood powers on ahead. Jon Underwood leads from Dave Norris, from John Shelmerdine, Neil Copestake, Alan Gardiner, Peter Baker. Interesting to note that Peter Baker's midfielding it in this one. He didn't have such a good ride the first time out, and we put that down to, I saw him bend down to put his fuel tap back on. They don't go very well, the fuel tap turned off. One more lap for Jon Underwood. Jon Underwood Senior leading this. The Jon Underwood Memorial Trophy. With his son most in his mind, I expect, as he powers down that back straight. He's doing it for the boy. Round they come, round the pitch turn. There goes the old Jap. And up the straight for the checkered flag. It's 77, Jon Underwood. From 17, Dave Knocker Norris. From John Shelmerdine. From Peter Baker, Neil Copestake. 226, Calvin Palmer. The official result will be yours in a moment. Race 18, the classic 2-valve solo. A win for number 77, Jon Underwood. Second place, number 17, Dave Norris. Third place, number 42, John Shelmerdine. Fourth place was number 1, Peter Baker. Fifth place was number 11, Neil Copestake. Sixth place was 226, Calvin Palmer. Seventh place was 142, Alan Gardiner. Eighth place was number 174, Ian Guttridge. Ninth place was number 364, David Needham. 10th place was number 189, Rob Snow. And 11th place was number 68, Ian Warner. The winner's time was 1 minute 28.20 seconds. From the top, 77, 17, 42, 1, 11, 226, 142, 174, 364, 189, 68. 1 minute 28.20 seconds. 500cc solos now, and the sponsor is Diamond H Transport, Roy and Steve Holding. Great sponsors of Northern Grasstrack down here in the South Midlands. And Paul Cooper gets the whole shot. Paul Cooper leads it. Vince Kinchin goes after him in second place. Jon Jeffries is the man that's in third. It's all happening here at Buckland. Oh, look at how tight out it is on that front line there, and Paul Cooper comes a bit high, wide and handsome, but he's heading the right way. With Vince Kinchin in second place, Jon Jeffries in third. 69, Richard Worry. Holding on to fourth, all fighting for fourth, dropping back to fifth, but they're away on the front line, and Paul Cooper is looking absolute dynamite here this afternoon. Paul Cooper leading from Vince Kinchin in second place, 14 Jon Jeffries, 93 Steve Lee, 69 Mr Worry, 186 Mr Thomas, 13 Rob Watts. Paul Cooper stopping. Paul Cooper's out with problems on the outside. He's gone out. Number 8, Vince Kinchin takes the last lap back from 14, Jon Jeffries. What bad luck there for Paul Cooper. I don't know what's wrong. The chain is definitely on that machine. Is the back tyre flat? What bad luck. Poor Paul Cooper's having no good luck at all. If he didn't have any bad luck this year, he wouldn't have any luck at all, would he? The winner, number 8, Vince Kinchin. 14, Jon Jeffries turns home in second. Third place, number 93. Steve Lee. Going past now is 13, Rob Watts. Official result in a moment. It's halfway, don't start clapping. Yeah, you've got a long way to go yet. Might clap out before then, he might decide not to. What a place to break down, eh? With all that lap to push home. Anyway, let's give you the rest of the result. We'll see if he gets here or not. Race 19, sponsored by Diamond H Transport, Roy and Steve Holding. A win there for number 8. Vince Kinchin. Second place was number 14, Jon Jeffries. Third place went to 93, Steve Lee. Fourth place went to number 186, Gareth Thomas. Fifth place went to 69, Richard Worry. And sixth place, number 13, Rob Watts. The winner's time is 1 minute 19.10 seconds. From the top 8, 14, 93, 186, 69, 13, speed, time rather, 1 minute 19.10. Colin Sweevis stopped him. Now I don't know what they are going to do. Masters 05 revisited. Paul Cooper not fully attired. You need to have your crash helmet, your gloves and everything on if you're going to do that, and he hadn't got them on. Therefore he's been sent back to the pits pointless. Sorry about that. Don't shoot the messenger, will you? Right. Never mind, I'll give the mechanics time to do an extra bit of preparation and get him fully on song for leg 3. So that result stands then. Race 19 was 8, 14, 93, 186, 69 and 13, 1 minute 19.10 seconds. No finishes after the 6th place. Here we go then, 500cc solos, race number 20. And it's all happening here. Lewis Denham's up in the second place. Chasing hard there on the back straight. Gareth Hickmott in third. It's 83 Phil Ashcroft to lead. Phil Ashcroft leading from 81 Lewis Denham. Somebody just overtook Gareth Hickmott. Was it Kevin Doolan? I'm not sure. All will be revealed later in the race. Here they come. Phil Ashcroft got the bit between his teeth in this one. Leading Lewis Denham. 87 Kevin Doolan from 17 Gareth Hickmott. 46 that's John Yeldon, then Scott Campus. 461, Jack Meredith. Last lap flag for 83, Phil Ashcroft. Lewis Denham in second, and Kevin Doolan goes fast for second and takes the lead. He takes the lead on the back straight. He's leading down that back straight. That's Kevin Doolan. Where did he come from? Certainly got some speed up now as he comes out of that turn to take the checkered flag. Kevin Doolan takes the win from 83 Phil Ashcroft, from 81 Lewis Denham. 17 Gareth Hickmott, 178 Scott Campus. 46 John Yeldham, 11 Neil Copestake. 208, oh no, Mr Gregory's dropped back a place. It's 461. Jack Meredith beats him to it, 189 Rob Snow. Official result in a jiffy. Race 20, sponsored by John Bishop Garden Machinery. Race sponsor John Bishop Garden Machinery. Thank you very much, John Bishop Garden Machinery. Looking after this event. Race 20, the win went to 87. Kevin Doolan. Second place, number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Third place, 81, Lewis Denham. Fourth place, number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Fifth place was number 178, Scott Campus. Sixth place, 46, John Yeldham. Seventh place, 11, Neil Copestake. Eighth place, number 461, Jack Meredith. Ninth place, number 208, Mr Gregory. Chris Gregory indeed. 10th place was number 189, Rob Snow, and 11th place was number 32, Phil de Archambault. Winner's time, 1 minute 17.16 seconds, 1 minute 17.16. From the top, 87, 83, 81, 17, 178, 46, 11, 461, 208, 189, 32. 1 minute 17.16 seconds. Oh, what a turn up for the books there. Kevin Doolan coming very good at the end of that. They tell me he's riding for the Bellevue Speedway. He comes all the way from Australia. That's what they tell me. Here they come. Race 21, sponsored by Antig Engineering. And here they come into the first turn, 71. Jamie Rodgers leads the pack. There on the back straight he goes. Who's that? Oh, somebody overtook him going for gold here, really, in those blue leather suit or Kevlar suit. I could see who it was from here. Jamie Rodgers up. Tim Nobes. Has he changed that suit? He wasn't blue earlier, was he? I'm not going mad, am I? Tim Nobes. Leading by the slenderest of margins. Opens up a bit of a gap on that turn. Sure to go wide now, though. Oh dear, Jamie Rodgers went out there with him. That was a mistake, wasn't it? Tim Nobes, Jamie Rodgers, Tom Cooper, Charlie Saunders. 297, Phil Harris. Well, there seems to be a lot of riders in these races here. 921, Phil Spencer. Nice to see him back on his bike after his earlier spill. Oh, and it's really hotting up now as Jamie Rodgers throws his bike along that start-finish straight ahead of Tim Nobes. He's leading Tim Nobes, and Tim Nobes is pushing him all the way. They catch up with the tail ender. What's going to happen here? Well, Jamie Rodgers is passed clean. Tim Nobes seems to have lost a few yards there. The checkered flag goes to 71. Jamie Rodgers from Tim Nobes in second place. Ignore 921. Phil Spencer, I'm afraid he's a lap in arrears. So it's then Tom Cooper. Then he was 25, Charlie Saunders. Then 297, 170. Phil Harris and Mark Taylor. Harlan Cook. Oh, they're all going by too fast for me to talk about them. What a cracking race. Another cracking race here at the Jon Underwood. You've had your money's worth already. 500cc solos, sponsored by Antig Engineering. Race 21 in your programme. A win for 71. Jamie Rodgers. Second place to number 2, Tim Nobes. After a brave fight, I can tell you. Third place, number 153, Tom Cooper. Fourth place, number 25, Charlie Saunders. Fifth place, number 297, Phil Harris. Sixth place was number 170, Mark Taylor. Seventh place was number 7, Harlan Cook. Eighth place was number 44, Keith Snelling. Ninth place was number 37, Ben Fenn Smith. 10th place was number 364. David Needham. 11th place was 921, Phil Spencer. Fast Phil Spencer. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.83 seconds. 1 minute 17.83 seconds from the top. 71, 2, 153, 25, 297, 170, 7, 44, 37, 364, 921. 1 minute 17.83 seconds. Advertising the Wayne Fleet Motorcycle Club, presenting the International League Coach, English number 1, 1000 We're away. I heard a big roar of motorbikes. So the 1000cc sidecars race 22. Not number 9 Miles Simmons, but number 60 Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. Here we go then. Now the turn is Steve Smith. Steve Smith and Carl Pugh leading from John Hiscock in 2nd place. Paul Johnson in 3rd place. Then Richard Thomas. Colin Pardo bringing up the rear. Well, it's hot stuff here as Paul Johnson chases hard on the back wheel of John Hiscock. Number 2, Steve Smith, Carl Pugh, leading from John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. Richard Thomas, Phil Stoneman, holding on to 4th. John Hiscock defending his position very well, forcing Paul Johnson to try and go around the outside. Steve Smith leading, John Hiscock 2nd, Paul Johnson really going for it from the outside this time. I think he's got up into 2nd place. John Hiscock goes down to 3rd. Not bad for a bloke of 59, is he? Richard Thomas now tries the outside line round John Hiscock, moves up into 3rd place. Goes to checkered flag for Steve Smith. From number 7, Paul Johnson from 60. Richard Thomas, 184, John Hiscock, 16, Colin Pardo. Official result in a moment. Race 22, 1000cc sidecar, sponsored by Owen Brothers. Sponsored by Owen Brothers, big famous speedway sponsors moving into Grasstrack. Lovely to see them. Owen Brothers. We had a win there for number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. 2nd place to number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. 3rd place going to number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. 4th place was number 184, John Hiscock and Gareth Bemister. And 5th place going to number 16, Colin Pardo and Kay Seville. The winner's time was 1 minute 16.28 seconds. 1 minute 16.28 seconds from the top. 2, 7, 60, 184, 16. 1 minute 16.28 seconds. On we move. Oh, sponsors Owen Brothers Motorcycles again. Race 23 sees Rob Bradley, Andy Gribble, Rob Winterburn, and no show in the first legs for Mark Cossart or Lester Page. Let's hope that they've got their problems sorted out and can make it out in time for race 23. Down the back straight to go, and Rob Bradley gets the whole shot. Some problem for the man in 3rd place there. Somebody else didn't really get off the line. Also, Winterburns have gone out with problems, looking down at the motor. That's not looking very good, could be expensive. 87, Rob Bradley leads. Rob Bradley, Sean Simpson. From Mark Cossart. He's got his going for this time. Nick Wilson, it says in the programme. I'll have to believe it, I don't know any different. Round they come then, 87. Rob Bradley, Sean Simpson, 37. Mark Ossar and Nick Wilson. Then 31, Andy Gribble and A.N. Other. 87 then, Rob Bradley on the last lap flag, the British Masters champions, out there and going for it. Making it look easy. Mark Ossar's looking around like he's got problems. I think he's going to hope to limp home in that second place, but Andy Gribble's coming very fast up that straight. A win for 87, Rob Bradley. Sean Simpson. Second place for Mark Ossar and Nick Wilson, smoking like a trooper. And then number 31, Andy Gribble, A.N. Other, in third place. Official result in just a jilly. Race 23, sponsored by Owen Brothers Motorcycles, a win for number 87, Rob Bradley. Second place, number 37, Mark Ossar. Third place, number 31, Andy Gribble. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 16.58 seconds. 1 minute 16.58 seconds. Yes, race 23, 87, 37, 31, sponsored by Owen Brothers Motorcycles. Phone numbers there in the programme if you need it. 1,000 sidecars now, sponsored by Ron Humphries. We got Lee Jones, Peter Lloyd, Paul Whitelam, Colin Blackburn, John Stafford. Looks like a good one. A little more about the poacher then, a little bit more about the poacher. Saturday Night Entertainment with Sid Dennis, Lincolnshire's top comedian, with his fabulous tribute to Meatloaf. Fabulous tribute to Meatloaf, accompanied by the gorgeous vocalist Sam Sillett. Now I know a Richard Sillett and I wouldn't have said he was gorgeous. Sam Sillett. I do hope it's a Samantha. I do hope it's a Samantha. If it's a Sam Sillett, oh dear. Free camping 20th to 29th of June. August. Here we come. The 1,000 sidecars and Paul Whitelam is out in front going for it. Paul Whitelam leads it. Coming back one. Oh, what's going on between them two? Oh dearie me. It's alright, they seem to sort themselves out okay, didn't touch, did they? So round they come then, 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. That is Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. That is number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley. Then number 3, Lee Jones and Stuart Henderson. Steve Henderson, I keep doing that, don't I? And then number 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. So, wide spaces from first to second, a bit tighter from second to third, and a right ding-dong battle between fourth and fifth. All happening here. I can't take my eyes off them back two. Paul Whitelam's just making it look so easy, but them back two are making this look a real challenge. And John Stafford moves up into fourth place, ahead of Lee Jones, the Eastern Centre champion. There goes the checkered flag. 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott take the win. Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. come home in second. Peter Lloyd, Terry Manley in third. Then John Stafford, Fraser Sutherland, and Lee Jones and Steve Henderson bringing up the rear. Race 24, bringing the second leg to a close. 1,000 sidecars, sponsored by Ron Humphries Motocross, was a win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. Second place was number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Third place, number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Fourth place, number 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. And in fifth place, number 3, Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. The winner's time was 1 minute 15.20 seconds. 1 minute 15.20. Start of the third leg then, back where we started with the Youths Intermediate. Let me find that little list. There's one here somewhere. There we go. Youth Intermediates, we have Ollie Raisin on 22, Jordan Tyra on 20, Dan Greenwood on 19, Luke Fisher on 15, Stephen Maunder on 14, Daniel Glover on 14, Darryl Richings on 9, Michael Bovis on 8. Darryl Richings won't be out anymore, he's not feeling very well, I'm told, so Bovis up a little bit. Here we come. Number 6, Dan Greenwood gets the whole shot. Stephen Maunder in second place. Mr. Tyler was down in about 5th going into that corner. He's made it up into 2nd, but dropping back to 3rd on the exit of the corner, moving back into 2nd place on the straight. As the rest swap places and sort themselves out, we have number 6, Dan Greenwood leading. Jordan Tyler up into 2nd place. Then Stephen Maunder. Ollie Rayson now starting to move up through the field after a disastrous start. He's got himself up to 3rd at the moment, drops back to 4th as I think it's Mr. Bovis flying around the outside of him. He was the man who was leading on 22 points, but he'll lose that lead if he finishes down there. Here they come. Number 6, Dan Greenwood, 88. Jordan Tyler. Oh, it's all happening on the front line. All happening on the front line there as Jordan Tyler catches up with Dan Greenwood. Dan Greenwood holding a tremendous line, but through on the inside comes Jordan Tyler. Jordan's gone for it. Jordan takes the last lap flag ahead of Dan Greenwood from number 4. Mr. Bovis from 18. I think that's Danny Glover. Oh, it's all happening in the middle section there now, and try and straighten that up as they come over the line. But checkered flag being made ready. Jordan Tyler takes the win. Number 4 was he in 2nd place. Then it's 18, then 6, then 7. Well, I'll wait for the official confirmation. Not sure if somebody stopped and got going again there. Race 25, the Youth Intermediates, race sponsor Bob's Videos. Youth Intermediates, race sponsor Bob's Videos. He's here, getting the action today as usual. Race 25 was a win for number 18, Jordan Tyler. 2nd place was number 4. Michael Bovis. 3rd place was number 18, Daniel Glover. 4th place was number 6, Dan Greenwood. 5th place was number 7, Ollie Rayson. 6th place number 34, Luke Fisher. 7th place number 8, Stephen Maunder. 8th place number 14, Shane Bovis. The winner's time was 1 minute 29.99 seconds. From the top, 88, 4, 18, 6, 7, 34, 8, 14, 1 minute 29.99 seconds. John Bramall, could you come to the caravan, please? John Bramall to the caravan, please. Luscious lady waiting here for you. On the 250cc Sailor, sponsored by RCS Racing Products. Here we go. 25, Lee Street leads. Lee Street is away. I think that's Paul Simmons in 2nd place. The quarter litres, the Bumblebees in jam jars. Today they're mostly 2-strokes, but I did notice a lot of 4-strokes creeping in, and a 4-stroke of course won the British Championship last year. So 75, Lee Street leads it. Then it's Paul Simmons, then it's Chris Still. Then Colin Howe. .75, Lee Street. Street's ahead of everybody else. Paul Simmons in 2nd. Not sure it's Colin Howe or Chris Still. They're right side by side. Then Scott Campus, then Sam Brown, then 45, James Peters. Last lap flag out for Lee Street. Making it look easy this time. Howe in a definite 2nd. Paul Simmons in 3rd. Then Scott Campus, Chris Still, Sam Brown, James Peters. It must be Ben Ilsey, the other one. I couldn't see his number though. Checkered flag. Another ride, another win for Lee Street. On 31, Paul Simmons, 34, Colin Howe, then Scott Campus, Chris Still, Sam Brown. Oh, blimey, there goes Ted. James Peters finishes, and Ben Ilsey takes a little slide in the grass. But he's up and okay. He even kept it, he did keep it running, but he's stalled it now. Hold the flag out, Pete, he's coming. We'll stay there till about Thursday, just in case. Well done, Ben Elsley. Smashing lad. Ooh, race 26, a 250cc solo, sponsored by RTS Racing Products. A win there for 75, Lee Street. Second place, number 31, Paul Simmons. Third place, number 34, Colin Howe. Fourth place, number 178, Scott Campus. Fifth place, number 82, Chris Still. Sixth place, number 121, Sam Brown. Seventh place was 45, James Peters. And eighth place was number 54, Ben Elsley. The winner's time was 1 minute 27.83 seconds. From the top, 75, 31, 34, 178, 82, 121. Sam Brown anyway. 121 is Sam Brown, 122 is Graham Brown. Must be up to that program there. Seventh place is number 45, James Peters, and eighth place is 54, Ben Elsley. The winner's time 1 minute 27.83. Race 27, the rest of the 250s, sponsored again by RTS Products. Here they come. Gary Wells gets away. Gary Wells gets the whole shot. Chris Knowles in second place. Looking very fast on the first turn as he made up a few yards on Gary Wells. Gary Wells leading it. David Knowles. I keep calling him Chris, that's his dad's name. David Knowles then. Powering up on the inside. David Knowles takes it. 70 Gary Wells fights back. Then 122 Graham Brown, then Kevin Taylor. Then 28 Sam Morby. Who's that little band of green hammering around there making up places as he goes? Let's catch him in a minute. 64 David Knowles leads from 70 Gary Wells, 122 Graham Brown, and 126 Kevin Taylor. 32 Mr. Ben Smith. Then Mr. Ben Morby. Sam Morby, sorry. And then number 9, Chris Bird. Oh, a very, very, very tight line there for Chris Knowles. On the last lap he goes, ahead of Gary Wells, ahead of Graham Brown, Kevin Taylor, Jamie Ben Smith, Sam Morby, Chris Bird. Number 7, Simon Worry. Checker flag, a win for 64, Chris Knowles. I've done it again, haven't I? David Knowles. C in the alphabet before D, see, that's what does it. David Knowles wins. Gary Wells in second place. Graham Brown in third. 250cc solo, sponsored by RTS. A win for number 64, David Knowles. Second place, number 70. Gary Wells. Third place, number 122, Graham Brown. Fourth place, number 126, Kevin Taylor. Fifth place, number 32, Jamie Fenner-Smith. Sixth place, number 28, Sam Morby. Seventh place, number 9, Chris Bird. Eighth place, number 7, Simon Worry. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 28.10 seconds. From the top, 64, 70, 122, 126, 32, 28, 9, 7, 1 minute 28.10 seconds. On to the 350cc solos, sponsored by Antique Engineering. .350cc solos after 2 heats. It was Bob Dolman on 24, Dave Mears on 22, Matt Etherington on 20, Reece Wilding and Lee Gaydon on 19 each, Ben Morby on 17, Andrew Whittaker on 15, Martin Raffle on 15. Bring on those youngsters, they're there in 6th, 7th and 8th place. Starting to make their mark in the top-notch grass tracks, including this one, the Jon Underwood. Here they come then, 29 Martin Raffle gets the whole shot. Bob Dolman sneaks through on the inside. Experience of Bob Dolman paying off there on that first turn, but Martin Raffle holding on to second place at the moment. Round they come then, Bob Dolman leading, Martin Raffle in second, Matt Etherington in third. Matt Etherington goes around the outside, picks up second place ahead of Martin Raffle. So it is Bob Dolman, Matt Etherington, Martin Raffle. Getting the power on the ground. 16, Bob Dolman, 2 laps to go from 5. Matt Etherington from 90. Ben Morby from 29, Martin Rathel. Somebody else just gone past Martin Rathel, but I can't quite see from here who it is. Past that flag then for Bob Dolman. There's 2 rides and 2 wins. If he stays where he is, he'll have 3 rides and 3 wins. Matt Etherington in 2nd place. Ben Morby in 3rd. Ben Morby's 3rd, looking a little bit under pressure. They go into the last turn. There's Bob Dolman. There's the checkered flag. That's 3 from 3 for Bob Dolman. From Matt Etherington in 2nd. Race 28, sponsored by Antique Engineering. Then a win for number 16, Bob Dolman. 2nd, number 5, Matt Etherington. 3rd, number 7, Andy Mellish. 4th was number 90, Ben Morby. 5th was 29, Martin Rathel. 6th was 261, Andy Gom. 7th was 37, Mike Peters. 8th was number 12, Chris Watts. 9th was number 84, Gordon Walker. 10th was 239, Mr. Gregory. And 11th was number 2, Adrian Harden. The winner's time was 1 minute 22.08 seconds. 1 minute 22.08 seconds. From the top, 16, 5, 7, 90, 29, 261, 37, 12, 84, 239 and 2. 1 minute 22.08. These are the rest of the 350cc solos. Sponsored by Baines Race Preparation. Here they come. 116, Lee Gaydon gets the whole shot. Lee Gaydon goes for it on the first turn. Andy Whittaker moves up into 2nd place, goes round the outside to pick up the lead. Dave Mears is down in 4th at the moment. Around they come then. 17, Andy Whittaker leading it. Reece Wilding in 2nd place, Lee Gaydon in 3rd, Dave Mears in 4th. Dave Mears up to 3rd, Dave Mears goes a bit wide, he's holding on to his 3rd place now. Dave Mears, 3rd, shoots away. Chases after Andy Whittaker. Number 8, Reece Wilding leads it. Andy Whittaker 2nd, Dave Mears 3rd, Lee Gaydon 4th. Lee Gaydon having to go back at Dave Mears. Dave Mears having to go in turn at Andy Whittaker. It's all systems go here. Dave Mears goes up for 2nd. Dave Mears has got 2nd spot as they come round the turn. Last lap flag goes out. It's 8, Reece Wilding. 19, Dave Mears. 116, Lee Gaydon. 17, Andy Whittaker. 58, Richard Ashcroft. 48, Brian Cornelius. Then Terry Massingham. Then Stuart Mears. Then Mr. Gregory. Martin French. Checkered flag goes for 8. Reece Wilding. Good valuable points for him there. Dave Mears, a creditable 2nd after a fight from the mid-depths. Then Lee Gaydon. Then Andy Whittaker. Richard Ashcroft. Brian Cornelius, Stuart Mears, Terry Massingham. Martin French bringing up the rear. Race 29, 350cc solo, sponsored by Baines Race Preparation. It was a win for number 8, Reece Wilding. 2nd place was number 19, Dave Mears. 3rd place, 116, Lee Gaydon. 4th place, number 17, Andrew Whittaker. 5th place, 58, Richard Ashcroft. 6th place, 48, Brian Cornelius. 7th place, number 14, Stuart Mears. 8th place was number 213, Terry Massingham. 9th place was number 260, whose name's just escaped me. And in 10th place was 99, Martin French. The winner's time was 1 minute 24.19 seconds. 1 minute 24.19. 260, of course, Mark Harris. Adverts there for Wexham Road Corner, High Street, Slough. Most of the range, most of the colours. Oh, Maureen Lipman's brought into it then. Sid Moram's Honda Slogan. Honda Slogan. Honda, Pete Webb's your man. There you go. Classic 2-valvers. The classic 2-valvers after 2 heats it was. Dave Knocker Norris and Jon Underwood with a win and a 2nd each. joint on 22 points. John Gelmadine on 18, Neil Copestake on 15, Calvin Palmer on 12, David Needham on 10, Alan Gardner on 10, Peter Baker on 8. Race 30, we got Peter Baker in this one, Neil Copestake in this one, Jon Underwood in this one, Dave Norris in this one. This is going to be a cracker. I've been told, I tried to read it in the programme earlier, but the race has been coming out so fast I've not had the time to sort it out. But racing format, leave that 250 and 350. 250 and 350 classes will comprise of 3 legs with a final. The 5-minute solo and 1,000 sidecars will have semi-finals. The results for all classes will be decided by the total points scored, including semi-finals and finals. So it might not be the winner of the final, it's the winner of the event. It's all done on the points. Points make prizes. Race 30. Here we go. Dave Norris leads into the first turn. Jon Underwood's up there in the second place. On the inside of Jon Gelmadine. Jon Gelmadine goes a little wide. Jon Underwood's in there. He's chasing after Dave Norris. Jon won't need to lose 2 points here, will he? He'd rather get 2 points clear of him, wouldn't he? Round they come. Dave Norris is leading on the Jawa. On Jon Underwood on another Jawa. Then Jon Gelmadine, Neil Copestake, Peter Baker. Peter Baker moving up on the inside of Neil Copestake. Battle there to be sure. Number 17, Dave Norris leading in 77, Jon Underwood in second, then 42, Jon Gelmadine, then Peter Baker, Neil Copestake. See the number on his bike, got a sort of 3 on his back, and I haven't got a 3, so I don't know if that is, but we'll find out in a minute. Round they come. Last lap flag is out, it's 17, Dave Norris, 77. Jon Underwood from 1, Peter Baker from Jon Gelmadine, from Neil Copestake from 226, Calvin Palmer from 364, Dave Needham, Rob Snow I can see at the back. Oh no, he's not at the back, Ian Warner's at the back on that lovely old chap. I'd like to buy that. Oh, and out goes 17, Dave Norris. Dave Norris is out with problems. He's got off too early. They think they've stopped, you know, because they're so used to doing about 60 mile an hour. When they get down to about 15, they think they've stopped and they jump off to push it home. And they fall over and lose places. Well, that has just blown it wide open, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I think it's blown it actually, hasn't he? Because it's all on the points today. What bad luck for Dave Norris, all the way down from Cheshire. Just to be leading that race by the proverbial mile and break down on the last corner. What bad luck for our man from Cheshire. Classic 2 valves. Race sponsor, Baines Race Preparation. Baines Race Preparation. I do feel sorry for Dave Norris. He's had a long drive down here today, and that's going to mean it's not going to be so fruitful now. But he's a great sportsman, and I know he's smiling over there now. He won't worry about that. He'll put that behind him and come out, probably have a win in the next one. Let's tell you then. Race 30, a win for 77, Jon Underwood Senior. In second place it was number 1, Peter Baker. In third place it was number 42. Jon Gelmadine. In fourth place was number 226, Calvin Palmer. Fifth place, number 11, Neil Copestake. Sixth place, number 364, Dave Needham. In seventh place, number 142, Alan Gardner. Eighth place, number 189, Rob Snow. Ninth place, number 17, Dave Norris. And in 10th place, number 68, Ian Warner. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 30.09 seconds. 1 minute 30.09 seconds. Race 30 was 77, 1, 42, 226, 11, 364, 142, 189, 17, 68, 1 minute 30.09. Marks on the line then for race 31, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions Insurance. FG Watts Insurance. Here we go then. Who would insure this lot? Not me. 71, Jamie Rodgers. leads. Jamie Rodgers leads into the first turn. He's got a good lead on there from 14. Jon Jeffries, who's in second place. Our man in the red in third, looks like he's stopping. Problems for him. Meanwhile, 71, Jamie Rodgers. 14, Jon Jeffries. On 69, Richard Worry. All happening here today. Charlie Saunders not having the best of days, is he? I was expecting a little bit better of him than this, but I think he's been towards one of the accidents lately, so looks like he's pulled out with problems. And it is Jamie Rodgers going all the way, and I think this is be his third ride, his third win, won't it? If things carry on the way they are. On to the last lap then. Only half a lap to go for Jamie Rodgers. Martin Sturgeon seems to have slowed up. He was doing a lot better than that earlier. Well, here comes the leader. Wheelies to the finish. 71. Jamie Rodgers. From 14, Jon Jeffries. From 18, Martin Sturgeon. 69, Mr. Worry. Rob Watts, Craig Speed, Mr. Gregory, Jack Meredith, 32. Philip de Archambault. Race 32, folded CC Solos, race sponsor FG Watts Risk Solutions. And the phone number's there in the programme if you need them. Race 31, a win for number 71, Jamie Rodgers. Second place, number 14, Jon Jeffries. Third place, number 18. Martin Sturgeon, of course, additional rider on a different number. Threw me then for a minute. Fourth was 69. Richard Worry. Fifth was 13. Rob Watts. Sixth was 169, Craig Speed. Seventh was 208, Mr. Gregory. Eighth was 461, Jack Meredith. Ninth was number 32, Philip de Archambault. And 10th place went to number 25, Charlie Saunders. How are the finishers? The winner's time was 1 minute 17.38 seconds, 1 minute 17.38. From the top, 71, 14, 18, 69, 13, 169, 208, 461, 32, 25. 1 minute 17.38 seconds. On the race 32, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions, and Paul Cooper's got it going again. Paul Cooper is flying here. Out there in first place. Lewis Denham is in second place, chasing hard, but of course points make prizes at the end of the day, and Paul Cooper unfortunately lost a lot of points in that last ride. So here they come then. Number 1, Paul Cooper. From 81, Lewis Denham. From 46. Oh, red flag. We have the red flag. We have somebody down on the bottom corner in a red suit. I think that's Gareth Thomas that has dropped it on the far side there, causing the race to be stopped. See if I can find out whether we'll have 32 next or whether we'll get 33 next. Bear with me. Looks like we're going to get that race again. They're not going to put them on the park foam. That looks like they're away. The Fenland Grasstrack Club present the Fenland Trophy meeting on Saturday the 9th of June 2007 at New Trove, Wisbeach in Cambridgeshire. Practice at 2 p.m. and the first race at 3:30 p.m. The second round of the South Midland Centre ACU Championships, and also incorporates the second round of the JRM 250 Challenge Series and the 350 and 500cc Speedway Service Limited Series. Four in the middle. Riders include Lee Street, Gary Wells, Chris Still, Scott Campus in the 250s with Dave Lee and Bob Dolman in the 350s. Steve Gowan, Scott Campus and Steve Green. More about that later. Just enough there to whet your appetite. Paul Cooper gets the whole shot. It's Paul Cooper, then Vince Kinchin, and then Lewis Denham. Lewis Denham warming up nicely after quite a long layoff. He's not lost the knack, is he? He's in there and going for it. Number 1, Paul Cooper leads. Number 8, Kinchin in second. 81, Lewis Denham in third. Then we have a battle between 297 and 46. 297, of course, Phil Harris. 46, Jon Underwood. Round to come number 1, Paul Cooper. Number 8, Kinchin holding on a second. Lewis Denham in third. Lewis Denham looks as he's tapping with that third. 46, Jon Underwood. Phil Harris. Rob Snow. 1 more lap to go for Paul Cooper. Just think where he'd be on that points tally now if that bike hadn't stopped in that last race. Round they come then. Out of the last turn, checkered flag are ready. Number 1, Paul Cooper wins. It's Kinchin in second. Lewis Denham in third. Phil Harris in fourth. Jon Underwood in fifth. Rob Snow in sixth. Race 32, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions. Too many S's in there. FG Watts Risk Solutions. Win for number 1, Paul Cooper. Second place to number 8, Vince Kinchin. Third place to number 81, Lewis Denham. Fourth place to 297, Phil Harris. Fifth place to number 46, Jon Underwood. Sixth place to number 189, Rob Snow. No other finishers. The winner's time 1 minute 17.65 seconds. From the top, 1, 8, 81, 297, 46, 189. 1 minute 17.65 seconds. The last of the 500cc qualifying heats then, the third leg. Race sponsor again is FG Watts Risk Solutions Insurance Company. Insurance brokers probably. We're looking this one for Gareth Hickmott, Martin Williams, Phil Ashcroft, Tim Nobes, Tom Cooper. The plot thickens. We could have a race in our hands here. And here they come down the first straight. Phil Ashcroft gets the whole shot. Tim Nobes goes with him. Tom Cooper on the inside. Gareth Hickmott in fourth. Tim Nobes goes up from third into second. Phil Ashcroft looking immaculate this afternoon. 83. Phil Ashcroft on 2, Tim Nobes. Tom Cooper. Oh, problems here for a number 7. Harlan Cook as he goes off the circuit. 83, Phil Ashcroft leading. From 2, Tim Nobes. And it's 153, Tom Cooper. On the last lap then, not long to go now. Phil Ashcroft still leading. Checkered flag is out. 83, Phil Ashcroft wins. Tim Nobes in second place. Tom Cooper in third. 17, that's Gareth Hickmott. Then Scott Campus. And 87, Kevin Doolan. You got a puncher, so definitely looks something wrong with the back of that bike. Race 33, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions. A win there for number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Second place, number 2, Tim Nobes. Third place, number 153, Tom Cooper. Fourth place, number 17, Gareth Hickmott. Fifth place, number 178, Scott Campus. Sixth place, 87, Kevin Doolan. Seventh place was number 44, Keith Snelling. Eighth place was number 91, which I think was 921, Phil Spencer. other finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.42 seconds. From the top, 83, 2, 153, 17, 178, 87, 44, 921. 1 minute 17.42 seconds. Don't forget, it's points all the way through today. Points on the heats, points on the semis and points on the finals. Race 34, that's a good number, 34, I like that. Number 9, Miles Simmons will read 60. Richard Thomas. And Phil Stokeman. They're away on the back straight. Mark Cossar seems to have got the best of the start. He's got the whole shot as he comes into the first turn. Richard Thomas is there on his back wheel. So is Peter Lloyd and Terry Manley. And in fourth place is 81. John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. Well, it's all happening there for that second and third place, isn't it? Peter Lloyd's holding on to it at the moment. Richard Thomas makes a brave attempt round the outside. 37, Mark Cossar leading from Peter Lloyd, from Richard Thomas, from John Stafford. Mark Cossar then, of course he had problems earlier on and got a costume deer in his points tally, but he's making up for some of them here, showing people what he can do. Showing them what he's made of. Mark Cossar, Nick Wilson, leading down the back straight. Pete Lloyd and Terry Madley take the second. Richard Thomas, Phil Stoneman get the third, and 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland take fourth place. Race 34, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions. FG Watts Risk Solutions, not risk assessments, risk solutions. And race 34 featured number 37, featured for a win, number 37, Mark Cossar and Nick Wilson. Second place to number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. Third place to number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. And in fourth place, number 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. No other finishers. The winner's time at 1 minute 15.04. 1 minute 15.04. From the top, 37, 4, 60, 81. 1 minute 15.04. On then to race 35, again sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions, featuring Paul Whitelam, Rod Winterburn, Colin Pardo, Steve Smith, Lee Jones. Down the straight, Paul Whitelam gets the whole shot. Didn't he come off that line? Paul Whitelam. Alan Elliott leading this one. Winterburn's in second. Lee Jones in third. Steve Smith in fourth. Steve Smith moves up into third place. Rod and Gareth Winterburn finding one or two of the bumps a bit hard to contend with. They're holding on to that second place. Steve Smith in third. Paul Whitelam running away with it on the front line at the moment. 92. Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott from Rod and Gareth Winterburn, from Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. Paul Whitelam. Takes that last lap flag, Alan Elliott. Great battle developing here on the second place front with Rod and Gareth Winterburn and Steve Smith battling for glory. Round the last turn they come then. Flat out and going for it. 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. Second place to the Winterburns, third place Steve Smith, fourth place Lee Jones. rear, 16 Colin Pardo and Kay Saville. Race 35, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions, the 1,000 sidecars. A win for number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. Second place to number 48, say it, come on, say it, come on, say it, 48, Rod and Gareth Winterburn. In third place was number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. In fourth place was number 3, Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. And in fifth place was number 16, Colin Pardo and Kay Saville. The winner's time was 1 minute 14.57 seconds. 1 minute 14.57 seconds. One more race to go and it'll be interval time. It's taking some time to settle down. They're ready now and here they come. Down the first straight. Paul Johnson comes out very fast from the inside. They bunch as they go into the first corner. Colin Blackburn gets the advantage. Colin Blackburn gets away. Paul Johnson in second place. Rob Bradley in third. A Masters champion in third at the moment. John Hiscock in fourth place. Colin Blackburn making the most of this one. Rob Bradley trying to come through for second ahead of Paul Johnson, but he can't quite get there. Really close stuff happening in this one. 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. lead from Paul Johnson and Russell Little, and then it's 87, Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. Doing everything they know to come on terms. They've got one lap left in which to do it. Hoping for a mistake from Paul Johnson perhaps, that they could sneak through on the inside. What's he going to do? Will he change tactics and go for the outside, or will he keep? No, he looks like he's going to keep on that inside run and try and hope that Paul goes wide. Paul has gone a bit wide, but is it wide enough? Not quite. Colin Blackburn takes the win and stops. His bike stops as he goes over the line. Paul Johnson gets second, 87 and Rob Bradley in third, John Hiscock in fourth. Well, it's set for interval time. 1,000 sidecars, race 36, sponsored by FG Watts Risk Solutions. A win there and a cracking win for number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. Hope that isn't too terminal for him, because we'd like to see him come out in the semi-finals. In second place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. Third place, 87, Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. And in fourth place, number 184, John Hiscock, Gareth Bemister. The winner's time was 1 minute 17.02. 1 minute 17.02. Break after that, and here they come with Ashcroft gets there, but Paul Cooper comes from the outside. Jamie Rodgers on the inside. Jamie Rodgers leads Paul Cooper. Jamie Rodgers unbeaten so far this afternoon, and somebody else, Phil Ashcroft has just gone past Paul Cooper. Oh, Paul Cooper's in trouble. His chain came off there or something, but it certainly seems in trouble. Oh no, still going. Nearly got pitched over the handlebars as if his chain had snapped, I thought. But anyway, he's going and he's on his way, but he's well down the field now. Not done his chances any good here. Jamie Rodgers, 3 wins already. Looks like being a fourth one. Phil Ashcroft in second place. John Cooper, John Jeffries, Charlie Saunders, Paul Cooper, Scott Campus, Martin Sturgeon bringing up the rear. And expect to see him to slow down as that. Here they come then, Jamie Rodgers, 1 lap to go, lapping it up here at the Jon Underwood. 83, Phil Ashcroft in second, then Tom Cooper, John Jeffries, Paul Cooper, unable to do very much about it now after that disastrous earlier corner, but he's moving in on the last turn. Here they come then, 71, Jamie Rodgers takes the win from 83, Phil Ashcroft. Paul Cooper just gets ahead of Tom Cooper, ahead of John Jeffries, ahead of 25, Charlie Saunders, then Scott Campus. Martin Sturgeon bringing up the rear. 500cc solo, first semi-final. A win for number 71, Jamie Rodgers. Second place to number 83, Phil Ashcroft. Third place to 14, John Jeffries. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm reading the top line of the thing instead of the result line. Starting again, start again. I was close though. A win for 71, Jamie Rodgers. Second 83, Phil Ashcroft. Third was number 1, Paul Cooper. Third was number 1, Paul Cooper. Sorry about that. Fourth was 153, Tom Cooper. Fifth was 14, John Jeffries. Sixth was 25, Charlie Saunders. Seventh was 178, Scott Campus. Eighth was 18. And I forgot who 18 was now. But anyway, eighth was 18. Martin Sturgeon, that's it. Martin Sturgeon. Always confuses me, it's not his number. And the winner's time was 1 minute 18.34 seconds. 1 minute 18.34 seconds. Let's go for it. 71, 83, 1, 153, 14, 25, 178, 18. 1 minute 18.34 seconds. CC Solos, race sponsor, Speedway Service, into the second semi-final. M8 is Kinchin. Tim Nobes, here they come. They're on the first straight, Vince Kinchin's got the whole shot. Vince Kinchin, I'm sure, has had three rides, 2 first and a second, I think, in the heats. But he's gone backwards. He's gone down into third place. The battle is on. Tim Nobes is absolutely flying out front. Tim Nobes is going for it. 87, Kevin Doolan is in second place, then Vince Kinchin. All happening here this afternoon. Kevin Doolan going very well. Bellevue Speedway man from Australia. Here they come. 2, Tim Nobes. Kevin Doolan, Vince Kinchin, Lewis Denham. Gareth Hickmott. Jon Underwood. 69, Mr. Worry. 13, Rob Watts. The last lap flag is a-flying and Tim Watts is flying. Tim Nobes is flying too. Kevin Doolan in second place still. Vince Kinchin trying to make a move on him. Lewis Denham in fourth. Oh, down goes Tim Nobes. He's thrown it all away and Lewis Denham nearly got caught in the mess. But away they go. Tim Nobes lays on the floor, unfortunately, and round the last turn they come, and Vince Kinchin's making a run for it. Very close. I'll leave that to the lap scorers. That was too close for me. And here comes 81, Lewis Denham. What a lucky escape he had on the far side. And Gareth Hickmott. Oh, third M3. Rob Watts. Jon Underwood. And Mr. Worry. All under a blanket. Tim Nobes crashed very hard over the far side. He's up onto his knees, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get the old binoculars out. Hang on. What I see is big blades of grass. There he is. He's up on his feet. Winded, shaken but not stirred. Well, what a time to throw it all away. 500cc solos in race 38, sponsored by Speedway Service. A win for 87, Kevin Doolan. Second place to 8, Vince Kinchin. Third place to 81. Looks like you need an 8 in your number to do any good at this meeting, doesn't it? Third was 81, Lewis Denham. Fourth was number 17. Fifth was number 13. Sixth was 46. And seventh, 69. It was 1 minute 17.62 seconds. From the top, 87, 8, 81, 17, 13, 46, 69. 1 minute 17.62 seconds. 60, Richard Thomas on 13 points, 48, Rod Winterburn on 10, and 81, John Stafford on 9. That's the first semi-final, sponsored by Vic and Maureen Barry. Vic and Maureen Barry. Anyone who had a go on the Ziegler racing gating machine? Did you get that? Did you get that? Anyone who had a go on the Ziegler racing gating machine and had a raffle ticket, the winner is number 18. The winner is number 18. If you'd like to go there with your winning ticket, the prize is any item of Ziegler clothing. The prize is any item of Ziegler clothing. So, if you're number 18, you best go back and get your prize. Thank you. Here you go then. 92, Paul Whiteman again gets the whole shot. He always used to do it the hard way. It's the easy way if he's going to trap first. 92, Paul Whiteman leads. 87, Rob Bradley in second place. Then Rod and Gareth Winterburn, then Paul Johnson, Richard Thomas, John Stafford. 6 outfits doing battle here at Buckland. Round they come. 92, Paul Whiteman, Alan Elliott, Rob Bradley, Sean Simpson, Rod and Gareth Winterburn, Paul Johnson, Russell Little, then 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman, and then John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland bringing up the rear. Those positions remain unchanged and Paul Whiteman is cruised into the front spot. Bound to still be the best point scorer of the day if he can win this one. It's almost like having one hand on the trophy, isn't it? Round they come then. 92, Paul Whiteman takes the win from Rob Bradley, Rob Winterburn, Paul Johnson, Richard Thomas, John Stafford. 1,000 sidecars. Race sponsor Vic and Maureen Barry. Thank you very much, Vic and Maureen Barry. I thought it was Barry, but it's got Barry written here, and just to prove I can read. Race 39, sidecars. A win for 92, Paul Whiteman. Race 39. Race 39, win for number 92, Paul Whiteman and Alan Elliott. Second place was 87, Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. Third place to 48, Rob Winterburn and Gareth Winterburn. And in fourth place was number 7, Paul Johnson and Russell Little. And in fifth place was number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. And in sixth place was 81, John Stafford and Fraser Sutherland. The winner's time was 1 minute 13.60 seconds. 1 minute 13.60 seconds. Well, what a shame Tim Nobes threw that one away, because such an exciting man to watch out there on a Grasstrack motorcycle, and the final will be a little less without his flamboyant style. Opens the door a little wider perhaps for Jamie Rodgers, but Kevin Doolan had the fastest semi-final. Vince Kinchin won't let it go lightly, I can tell you. Lewis Denham's probably saving the best till last. Out of that start, and Steve Smith has got a fly up. Steve Smith is into the lead. Colin Blackburn in second place. Round they come then. Steve Smith, a beautiful tight corner all the way round there. Colin Blackburn taking a bit of a wider line, trying to ride around the outside of him, but you do have to go that much faster if you want to go around the outside. Steve Smith, Carl Pugh leading Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr. from Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. 184, Jon Underwood and Gareth Bemister. And then number 3, Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. Oh, lots of whistles. We got lost passenger. I think that's Mark Cossar's lost his passenger. So he's in 3rd place. That'll be null and void. Gone to the outside. I think he's realised what's happened. So Steve Smith leads. Ronnie Blackburn in 2nd. Jon Underwood in 3rd. Lee Jones in 4th. Oh, it's Peter Lloyd dropped Terry Madley. Sorry, Peter Lloyd dropped Terry Madley. Mark Cossar's over there in the middle. Too many red outfits. And a checkered flag falls. Steve Smith gains a few more points. Points make prizes. Well, Terry Madley was telling me how he was 2 years older than Jon Underwood. Still bounces quite well, doesn't he? Race sponsor, Vic and Maureen Berry, thank you. A win for number 2, Steve Smith and Carl Pugh. In 2nd place, number 25, Colin Blackburn and Paul Whiteham Jr. In 3rd place was 184, Jon Underwood and Gareth Bemister. In 4th place was number 3, Lee Jones and Steve Henderson. And in 5th place was number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. No 6th finisher. The winner's time was 1 minute 14.96 seconds. 1 minute 14.96 seconds. Bob Dolman gets the whole shot. He has 3 rides and 3 wins, unbeaten so far this afternoon, and he leads to Jon Underwood. Pulling away from the rest of them, but Matt Etherington gets into top gear and he's chasing after him. Dave Mears is in 3rd, going on the inside of Matt Etherington. It's all close stuff. 16, Bob Dolman. 5, Matt Etherington. 19, Dave Mears. Then 90, Ben Morby. Then 17, Mr. Whittaker. Being overtaken by Mr. Rattle. And he's having a go back at Martin Rattle as he moves back up 1 position. And they come then. Bob Dolman got it all his own way at the moment, but Matt Etherington is trying to reel him in slowly. 4 laps to go. Bob Dolman, Matt Etherington, Dave Mears. Winter layoff seems to have done Bob good. But Matt Etherington is waiting to bounce. And so Bob doesn't get a little bit tired towards the end. The last lap flag is coming out and Bob Dolman gets the throttle on. It's Bob Dolman from Matt Etherington. Dave Mears out with problems. Then Morby goes by. Andy Whittaker, Martin Rattle, Rhys Wilding, Michael Peters into the last turn for the last time. Bob Dolman's almost done it. Matt Etherington's charging from behind very fast indeed. Comes up on the inside, but Bob Dolman takes it. Matt Etherington in 2nd place. Then Ben Morby, followed by 17, Andy Whittaker, Martin Rathall, Rhys Wilding, Mike Peters. What a cracking 350 final here at the Jon Underwood. And that race sponsored by Mrs. Joan Sweeby, who's sitting here beside me, cheering Bob Dolman on all the way. Special appreciation then, ladies and gentlemen, for the Superstar 350 riders. Dave Mears is going to push his bike round to see what points he can get. Back with you in a moment. 350cc solo, sponsored by Mrs. Joan Sweeby, sitting to my right-hand side here, getting very excited at the prospect of Bob Dolman winning it, and indeed he did. So, 1st place, number 16, Bob Dolman. 2nd, number 5, Matt Etherington. 3rd, number 90, Ben Morby. 4th was number 17. His name's going to escape me, isn't it? Just when I need it. 3:50.17. Andrew Whittaker, of course. Big round of applause for Dave Mears there, because he's done well. And look at that, Sporting Bob Dolman come back to give Dave a lift back. What a sportsman. 5th place, 29, Martin Rattle. 6th place, number 8. I've gone to bits here. 7th was number 37, Mike Peters. The winner's time was 1 minute 24.01 seconds, 1 minute 24.01. From the top by number only, 16, 5, 90, 17, 29, 8 Reece Wilding and 37. The winner's time was 1 minute 24.01 seconds. 1 minute 24.01. The 350cc, done and dusted. That's Peter Lloyd, Terry Madley, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. Right, enough of that gay banter, let's get on with this. Race 42 to 250cc solos. Race sponsor DBC Motorcycles Limited. Martin Cook, not Martin Hook, Martin Cook. That's good, isn't it? Martin with one motorbike shop in Tunbridge Wells. Martin Cook from DBC Motorcycles Limited. Whoever they are. I can advert the programme, you never know. Hope you're all having a beer with the White Hart down there. Pulled it a long way. These people who drink for them, they can take it back. 250cc solos then. 75 Lee Street, the top dog on 36 points. David Knowles right behind him on 34. Here they come. And Chris Still gets there first. Chris Still gets there first. Lee Street wheezes his way to the front. David Knowles moves up into 2nd place. Chris Still in 3rd. Paul Simmons in 4th. The challenge is on. David Knowles goes for the outside on Lee Street. Lee Street powers away on the inside. David Knowles goes his hard. And then Paul Simmons, Chris Still, Gary Wells, Sam Morby, Brian Brown. All happening here. Lee Street got his act together and going well. David Knowles not letting him get too far away, going to lead him into a full sense of security and make a big bounce on the last lap, that's my guess, but Lee Street is now pulling away from David Knowles. In 31, Paul Simmons is in 3rd place. Then Gary Wells, Chris Still. 1 lap to go, David Knowles in 2nd place, 31, Paul Simmons. Gary Wells, Chris Still, Colin Howe, Brian Brown. And Sam Morby. Last turn, last time. The Jon Underwood 250's done and dusted. Lee Street takes the win, unbeaten all afternoon from David Knowles in 2nd. 31, Paul Simmons takes 3rd, then Gary Wells, and the rest of them are a bit too close for my liking. Official result for you in a moment. Sidecar runoff after race 43. That's after the classic 2-valve between number 4, Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, and 60, Richard Thomas, Phil Stoneman. And the winner goes in the final, and the loser goes home. Well, I suppose the loser becomes the reserve, in fairness. Oh, the unstoppable Lee Street. Here they come. Can't see Lee Street. Where's Lee Street? Oh, there he is. He was in front of all the rest of them. There he is. I wasn't looking that far up the track. I see the big bunch down the other end. Lee Street. Well deserved champion. David Knowles. Give a good round of applause to that man. He came down and fought hard. And he's only practicing ready for the national finals later in the year. Race 42, the 250cc solo, sponsored by DBC Motorcycles Limited, Martin Cook. A win for number 75, Lee Street. 2nd place to 64, David Knowles. 3rd place, number 31, Paul Simmons. 4th place, number 70, Gary Wells. 5th place, number 82, Chris Still. And 6th place was 34, Colin Howe. 7th place, 122, Graham Brown. And 8th place was number 28, Sam Morby. The winner's time, 1 minute 25.36 seconds. So 250 final was a win for 75, 2nd 64, followed by 31, 70, 82, 34, 122 and 28, 1 minute 25.36 seconds. Let me tell you. Okay, the winner of the final in the 350 is the winner of the event, but the places in the final might not marry with this list. So this is the list of the actual finishing order of the event. Not the finishing order of the final, but the finishing order of the event. 1st place, number 16, Bob Dolman on 48 points. 2nd place, number 5, Matt Etherington on 40 points. Third place, number 8, Reece Wilding on 37 points. And fourth was number 19, Dave Mears on 36 points. Fifth was 90, Ben Morby on 34 points. Sixth was 17, Andy Whittaker on 31 points. Seventh was 29, Martin Rathel on 29 points. And eighth was 37, Mike Peters on 24 points. That's the finishing order in the event, not necessarily of the final. This is the Classic 2-valve for the Jon Underwood Trophy, and away they go. John Shelmerdine gets down to the first turn first. Dave Norris is knocking on the door. He's trying to go on the outside of John Shelmerdine. He picks up the lead. Jon Underwood moves from fourth up to third. John Shelmerdine is in second. Dave Norris is leading. What bad luck Dave Norris had earlier on, but he's got the machine all sorted. Really flying now is this one. It's 17, Dave Norris. From 42, John Shelmerdine. From 77, Jon Underwood. Classic after 3 heats. Should have done that, shouldn't I? 34 points for Jon Underwood, 27 for John Shelmerdine, and 25 for Dave Norris. Dave Norris leading this one. Jon Underwood sneaks up into second place ahead of John Shelmerdine. Throws a bit of mud at him on that corner. What glorious conditions we've had this afternoon. No real slipperiness and no dust. Hasn't it been wonderful? All grass tracks should be like this, shouldn't they? Round they come. Dave Norris on his last lap. From 77, Jon Underwood. From 42, John Shelmerdine. From 142, then 364, Dave Needham. Then 226, Calvin Palmer. And 189, Rob Snow. Round the last turn for the last time. Dave Norris seems to have slowed up for a breath of fresh air, but he wins the race. 17, Dave Norris. 77, Jon Underwood in second place. Then 42, John Shelmerdine. Then 226, Calvin Palmer. 364, Dave Needham. 189, Rob Snow. Well, the Classic 2-valve final. The Classic 2-valve final shows some appreciation. They brought their bikes a long way, some of them, to do that today. Race sponsor, the Walker family, in appreciation of Dave. Race sponsor, the Walker family, in appreciation of Dave. The win of the fourth leg going to number 17, Dave Norris. In second place was number 77, Jon Underwood. Third place was number 42, John Shelmerdine. Fourth place was number 226. Thought it was that, really. 226, Calvin Palmer. Fifth place was 364, Dave Needham, birthday boy. And in sixth place was number 189, Rob Snow. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 30.69 seconds. 1 minute 30.69 seconds. From the top, 17, 77, 42, 226, 364 and 189. Winner's time, 1 minute 30.69 seconds. Let me tell you that the 250cc solos, the overall result was a win for number 75, Lee Street, on 48 points. In second place, it was number 64, David Knowles, on 44 points. Third place was number 31, Paul Simmons, on 41 points. Fourth place was 70, Gary Wells, on 37 points. Fifth place, number 34, Colin Howe, on 33 points. Sixth was Graham Brown, on 32 points. And seventh was 82, Chris Still, on 30 points, and eighth was 28, Sam Morby, on 27 points. Here we go. This here is the runoff for the sidecars, and unfortunately Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley, as I start to speak, have sailed into the centre green. So, Thomas probably doesn't know that yet, so he'll carry on at race pace. The problems there for Peter Lloyd and Terry Madley. As if they didn't have enough problems with Terry getting bruised in the semi-final. What a fit and agile young man he is. Comes straight back out like that after that good thumping on the floor. One more lap to go from number 60, Richard Thomas and Phil Stoneman. A motorcycle shop owner from down there in Cornish, Cornwall. I never remember, I'll tell you what it was called, but I've lost it now. Posh place. Number 60, Richard Thomas. Wins the runoff. Well, we should have the youth intermediates coming to the line. Let's try and do something fast. 500cc solo final. Number 71, Jamie Rodgers, 48 points. Number 8, Kinchin. I'm not going to do this, am I? 44 points. Have to do it after this race. Youth intermediates, race 44, sponsored by Gaydon Transport from Birmingham. Here they come. Number 6, Dan Greenwood gets down to the first turn first. Jason Tyler goes through on the inside. Jason Tyler leading out of the turn, but Dan Greenwood's got the front and going around the outside, and Mr. Tyler fights back, and down the straight they go. Jason Tyler, Jordan Tyler leading from Dan Greenwood in second place. Dan Greenwood a lovely inside line there, attacking back at Jordan Tyler. Both of those on 4-stroke laid down Jawas. Perhaps they are the thing for the future. All happening here at Buckland. Round they come. 88, Jordan Tyler from 6. Dan Greenwood from 18. Daniel Glover from Ollie Raisin. Started off so well with a win in the first leg, but slowed up a little bit since then. Oh, look at that 4-stroke, smoking like a 2-stroke at the back. Round they come then. Last lap flag for Jordan Tyler from Dan Greenwood. From Dan Glover, Ollie Raisin, Mr. Bovis, Luke Fisher, and the other Mr. Bovis, Shane Bovis that is. I'm beginning to know one from the other now. Oh, and Jordan Tyler goes very, very wide. Dan Greenwood sees his chance, but oh, very, very close there on the line. For my money, it was just Jordan. Just Jordan Tyler, but it's not my money, it's theirs. Youth Intermediate, race 44. Youth Intermediate, race 44 was a win for 88. Jordan Tyler. Second place was number 6, Dan Greenwood. Third was number 18, Daniel Glover. Fourth was number 7, Ollie Raisin. Fifth was number 4, Michael Bovis. Sixth was number 34, Luke Fisher. And 7th was number 14, Shane Bovis. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 28.89 seconds. 1 minute 28.89 seconds. Sidecar final. I'll give you the sidecar final first because they need this in the pits. The sidecar final, race 46. Yeah, sidecars, not solos, not the top one, bottom one. Yeah, got it, go. 1000cc sidecar final, 92. Paul Whitelam on 28, I think that is, points. 2. Steve Smith on 25 points. 87, Rob Bradley on 23 points. 25, Colin Blackburn on 22 points. And 7, Paul Johnson on 17 points. And 60, Richard Thomas on 15 points. That's sidecars 92, 2, 87, 25, 7 and 60. The 500cc solo final coming on next is 71, Jamie Rodgers on 48 points. 8, Kinchin on 44 points. 83, Phil Ashcroft on 41 points. 87, Kevin Newton on 37 points. 81, Lewis Denham on 37 points. 14, John Jeffries on 36 points. 153, Tom Cooper, 35 points, and there they go. And number 1, Paul Cooper on 33 points. Let's see what's happening. That looks like Paul Cooper out in front, doesn't it? Does it look like Paul Cooper in front? Number 1, Paul Cooper leading. the leading light here this afternoon in the 500cc solo final. From Kinchin in second place, Phil Ashcroft and Jamie Rodgers hammering away here in third and fourth. Jamie Rodgers moving up steadily, but look at Phil Ashcroft having a go at him, coming around the outside, not quite making it. But Paul Cooper is absolutely flying and pulling away from the rest of the field. It's Paul Cooper. Paul Cooper from 18, 88 that is, sorry, Kinchin, then 71. Jamie Rodgers, followed by Phil Ashcroft, followed by John Jeffries. Oh, but Lewis Denham gets all in trouble, but he's got it back under control. He's still in there and hanging on in and going places. Meanwhile, on the front line, that's the last lap flag. It is Paul Cooper, and it is Kinchin, and it is 71. Jamie Rodgers, Phil Ashcroft, John Jeffries, Lewis Denham, Tom Cooper, Kevin Doolan. How can he go so fast in the semi-final and go this slow in the final? Number 1, Paul Cooper takes the checkered flag. Jamie Rodgers gets the second ahead of number 8, Vince Kinchin. From 14, John Jeffries. From 83, Phil Ashcroft. From 81, Lewis Denham. From 153, Tom Cooper. Kevin Doolan bringing up the rear. Paul Cooper, a cracking win in the final, but it won't be enough on the points, I'm sure. 71, Jamie Rodgers looks like being my man, and there's 14, John Jeffries and Vince Kinchin, and very well this afternoon. I don't think he quite got there. 83, I ain't had the points up yet. Phil Ashcroft, another good ride from him. Tom Cooper, Lewis Denham, lovely to see you back, my son. And Kevin Doolan doing a few wheelies just to show off. And race 45, the 500cc solos, a win for number 1, Paul Cooper. Second, 71, Jamie Rodgers. Third was number 8, Vince Kinchin. Fourth was number 14, John Jeffries. Fifth was 83, Phil Ashcroft. Sixth was 81, Lewis Denham. Seventh was 153, Tom Cooper. And 8th was 87, Kevin Doolan. The winner's time was 1 minute, 17.16. Race sponsor, Mike Garrod of the Ivinghoe Golf Course. The final, not the event, the final was a win for number 1, Paul Cooper. Then 71, 8, 14, 83, 81, 153, 87, 1 minute, 17.16 seconds. The 1000cc sidecars for the Jon Underwood 2007. A meeting that's gone from strength to strength over the years. Certainly had some good riders in it here this afternoon. Anybody can convince me they had their money's worth, I'll give them their money back. But I'll tell you, I shall take some convincing. The 1000cc sidecars, race sponsor, the Speedway Star. Sponsored by the Speedway Star. Race 46. We look for Paul Whitelam, Steve Smith, Rob Bradley. There's some Masters titles amongst there, aren't there? 25, going backboard, 7, Paul Johnson, and 60, Richard Thomas. Some hopefuls there, I can tell you. A lot of life left in those boys yet. Let's see how it maps out here this afternoon. I hope I've said everything I'm supposed to say. I've got a funny feeling I haven't, but never mind. There's always next week. I wish Sigler Racing had sent me something up to tell me what they was doing. I could have helped them out. But never mind, that's life. See you next week at the Race to Aces Scintillator meeting at the Wagstaff Farm, Minden. Not too far from Maidstone. Might find it easier if you go the long distance to drive straight down the M20, come off on the A28, follow it back. Probably the easiest way to do it. See you there. The rest right. The takes fly and we're on the way with the last race of the afternoon, race 46, and Paul Whitelam makes the whole shot. Down to the first turn he goes, and look who's breathing fire down his exhaust pipe. It's not only anybody, it's Steve Smith. Round they come then, Paul Whitelam, Steve Smith, Richard Thomas, Paul Johnson, Rob Bradley, Colin Blackburn. Oh, the first two are at it, hammer and tongs, and so are second, third and fourth. What's going to happen here? 92, Paul Whitelam being taken a little bit wide. Steve Smith is in there. Steve Smith means business, and Paul Whitelam knows it. And it's tight stuff as they exit that pit's turn, and the other four are all closed up together now, and I need eyes everywhere. Paul Whitelam extends that lead just a little bit over Steve Smith. They'll see the last lap flag as they come round this time, and Smithy means it. 92, Paul Whitelam, Steve Smith, and Rob Bradley, Paul Johnson, Colin Blackburn and Richard Thomas, and it's all down to this last half lap now, and Smith is coming hard up that straight. Paul Whitelam leads it, and Smithy means the business. Smithy closes right up on him. Round that turn they come. Will Whitelam go wide and make a mistake? Smithy's in there to cover the line, but it's Whitelam. Whitelam takes it. Smithy second by half a bike's length. From 17, Rob Bradley. From 7, Paul Johnson. 25, Colin Blackburn. And 60, Richard Thomas. Well, what a final. What a good day's racing we've had today. I promise you another one next Sunday, if you come down to Bindon. Show of appreciation then. This man's been a Masters champion. He's Jon Underwood champion this afternoon, and fair play to him. This man's a multi-champion, and there might be one left in him yet. You never know. Steve Smith. Carl Pugh. That was Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott, by the way. There's Paul Johnson and Russell Little, always in with a chance. Colin Blackburn and Paul Whitelam Jr., Rob Bradley and Sean Simpson. Well, one Masters champion there, and man that's destined to do it one day. And Richard Thomas, well, he's won most things. Masters is yet to get. The 1000cc sidecars. 1000cc sidecars. First place goes to number 92, Paul Whitelam, on 35 points. Second place goes to number 2, Steve Smith, on 30 points. Third place goes to number 87, Rob Bradley, on 27 points. Fourth place, number 25, Colin Blackburn, on 24 points. Fifth place, number 7, Paul Johnson, on 20 points. And sixth place, number 60, Richard Thomas, on 16 points. Here we have Adam Rapper, and he looks like he's took a bit of a whoopsie. I think I mentioned earlier on Martin was going well after his accident. I think it was Twat that had the accident. Dot, I think he got one of them dodgy mics. Tell them all about it.
Well, I crashed at Oxford in my first meet in the Conference League, and I've got to have a year out now. I broke my leg, my thumb, my collarbone, both shoulder blades. I vertebrated my back and then compartment syndrome in my right arm, which is where the muscles form up. My breathing lungs and a leak in my brain.
You're in a bad way, aren't you? I should sit down with a pint of cider if I was you. Right, we're going to do some presentations. You're going to do them for us, are you? Well done. Well done. Youth, we'll do the youth, shall we? Shall we call up the third in the... I'll get it away over here somewhere. Call up youth. So, funny thing's playing up, isn't it? I think I saw one of them leave just a minute, but never mind. We'll do our best. Youth, we need the top 3, and in third place, it was young Danny Greenwood riding number 6. Come on, Danny, and don't trip over my wire. Don't trip over my wire, will you? Wait a minute. Go a top 3 trophy doodler. And in second place, it was number 7, Ollie Raisin. He's Ollie here. Now, I saw the van go out with Ollie Raisin written on the side of it. I thought we should be here. But we're not going to have Ollie Raisin then. Let's have the winner, number 88, Jordan Tyrer. And they tell me this is Paul Tyrer's son. Is that right? Are you Paul Tyrer's son? Well done. He was good too, wasn't he? I remember him.
Smile. Smile, Jordan. Hang on.
Say one for me while you're down there. Well done, mind the wire. The classic solos are on here somewhere. The classic solos in third place. A good battler all afternoon, and a long distance traveller too. Welcome please, number 42, John Shalmerdine. I stood over here, nobody fall over the wire. The edge. We had one of these, didn't we? Up at the Barks the other week. Thing that wouldn't work. Second place went to 17, Dave Knocker Norris. Well done, Dave. I saw Dave at one of these things at Collier Street the other week. Unfortunately, he didn't win that one either, so we've got to hope he gets a bit more luck in the future. He's a long-distance traveller. He's come a long way to do this today. In first place, Jon Underwood Senior. Back where you belong, on the top of the class. I think he missed the last 2 years, but he's back tonight. Look at them three young men there. Look, not a grey hair amongst them, is there? Look. Hardly an ear, is there? Oh, sorry. Dave said he was going to have rabbits tattooed on his head. He thought from a distance they looked like hairs. No, you missed that, didn't you? You all missed that. Well done, ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. They've travelled a lot of miles to entertain us this afternoon. They've been bloody good. 250cc solos, winner only, I'm told. We want number 75, Lee Street. Quality Street, where are you? Your fan club's here, where he is. Making himself very much the man to beat in this 250 class this year. A note to all winners, please, the winner of each class to stay back for a group photograph at the end. All class winners, that's including you, Lee Street. Don't go too far away. 350cc solos, please welcome Bob Dolman. Showed him the way round this afternoon, didn't he? Them young chargers at Dave Mears, and Matt Edrington. He showed him the way round there. Time Council 500. Oh, whichever. All right. 500cc solos, please welcome Mr. Jamie Rodgers. Lovely trophies. That one looks like that's been around a few years. Got 1959 written on it. I was 4. So if you want to know how old I am, you've got to sit and work it out. Well done, Jamie Rodgers. Lovely trophy he's got there, look. And a pint glass he'll fill up with a White Hart bar in a minute. Didn't he do well? And on to the sidecars then, please welcome Mr. Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. A well-deserved win this afternoon. Took some catching, in fact nobody did they? They're grass trackers, aren't they? You can't read the regulations, they can't hear a thing you say to them. It's their noisy exhaust. You ought to turn them down a bit, really. group photograph. Now all the winners back up, please. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause then for the Jon Underwood Champions 2007. Going on the outside, those three boys are locked into battle. How about this? These are just youth. Think what it'll be like when they grow up. Street and head. Oh, look at Lee Street's gone right round the outside on that turn and picks up the lead. Lee Street goes for it. Colin Howe in second place. Vince Kinchin now goes after him. Vince Kinchin moves up into second place. 16, Bob Dolman. Being closed in on by Vince Kinchin as the last lap goes, and Vince Kinchin moves up on the inside. Vince Kinchin takes the lead. Vince Kinchin flies past Bob Dolman. Bob Dolman now fights back and goes up the inside of Vince Kinchin as they enter the last turn. Bob Dolman's got a few yards now clear. Vince Kinchin's got it all to do as they come around the last turn. All else will be there is all tight stuff, but Bob Dolman gets it. Vince Kinchin in second place. Round they come then. Dave Norris coming up on the inside. John Shelby hanging on to the outside. Neil Copestake comes up into third place. Battling away down that back straight. No love lost between them two as they enter the turn. Here they come down the first straight. Who's going to get the whole shot? Martin Spurgeon gets there first. John Jeffries is right alongside with him. Neil Copestake pulling out with problems. Jamie Rodgers flies by. Look at this battle for second place, and Tim Nobes has grabbed it from Phil Ashcroft. Round they come then. Checkered flag is out. It's tight stuff. Saw that one out, girls. John Hiscock. Trouble defending his position against Rod Winterburn. Rod Winterburn makes a move on the inside this time. John Hiscock trying to stay with him. It's Paul Whitelam in the lead. No love lost between these two. David Knowles told me a couple of seasons ago, he said that Lee Street's got something on one. David Knowles goes to the lead. David Knowles takes the lead on this one. Lee Street comes back at him and Lee Street picks it up again as they go down the back straight. David Knowles challenging. David Knowles gets his front wheel in front. Lee Street is really having to work for this one. Oh, look at how tight it is on that front line there, and Paul Cooper comes a bit high, wide and handsome, but he's heading the right way. Paul Cooper stopping. Paul Cooper's out with problems on the outside. He's gone out. Number 8, Vince Kinchin takes the last lap flag from 14, John Jeffries. Lewis Denham in second, and Kevin Doolan goes fast for second and takes the lead. He takes the lead on the back straight. He's leading down that back straight. That's Kevin Doolan. Certainly got some speed up now as he comes out of that turn to take the checkered flag. Kevin Doolan takes the win from 83 Phil Ashcroft, from 81 Lewis Denham. Jamie Rodgers leads the pack. Down the back straight he goes. Who's that? Oh, somebody's overtook him going for gold here really in those blue leather suit or Kevlar suit. Oh, and it's really hotting up now as Jamie Rodgers throws his bike along that start-finish straight ahead of Tim Nobes. He's leading Tim Nobes and Tim Nobes is pushing him all the way. John Hiscock defending his position very well, forcing Paul Johnson to try and go around the outside. Steve Smith leading. John Hiscock second. Paul Johnson really going for it from the outside this time. I think he's got up into second place. John Hiscock goes down to third. Dan Greenwood holding a tremendous line, but through on the inside comes Jordan Tyra. Lee Gaydon goes for it on the first turn. Andy Whittaker moves up into second place, goes around the outside to pick up the lead. Rob Bradley trying to come through for second ahead of Paul Johnson, but he can't quite get there. And Jordan Tyra goes very, very wide. Dan Greenwood sees his chance, but very, very close there on the line. Oh, the first two are at it, hammer and tongs, and so are second, third and fourth. What's going to happen here? 92, Paul Whitelam being taken a little bit wide. Steve Smith is in there. Steve Smith means business and Paul Whitelam knows it. Paul Whitelam leads it and Smithy means the business. Smithy closes right up on him. Round that turn they come. Will Whitelam go wide and make a mistake? Smithy's in there to cover the line, but it's Whitelam. Whitelam takes it. Smithy second by half a bike's length.